My life is over. I'm just kidding with you guys. This is the Cloud9 podcast, season 3, episode 4. So later on during the show, I will let you guys know the actual day and time we will have this show consistently. This week I was just really, really busy focusing on things for my main YouTube channel. Things in my personal life came up that my friend wanted to talk to me about. I don't know if I'm going to do these things with him, but those are things I'll talk to you guys about much later on down the road when they're more solidified. If I choose to go through with them, I'm most likely not, but just something that a lot of people should know. Yeah, the LEC 2022 spring split is over for the regular season. So we will pretty much talk about that. Then we will talk about North America and the LCS games. But
that's when my ass dips.
Warren says you can't stay for too long, so we can talk about the LEC actually. So let me bring up the LEC stuff really quickly. But yeah, how you doing, man? How was your day?
A lot of sleeping. No, I'm kidding. No, I was working, trying to study some stuff. Just been really busy.
Black guys don't work.
Yeah, you know, I collect EBT. Yeah, EBT. Can't say. I lie about how much I make so I can get all the food stamps too.
Holy shit!
And Medicaid. So, yeah, it's been good.
Hey, give me a second.
Hey, Sean, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Give me a second.
Yeah. I'm white. Give me a sec. Okay.
Okay, so looking at, the LEC right now, if you have to go back and look at the entire regular season of the LEC 2022 spring split, how would you sum it up in like one word, if you could? Sluggish? Probably the word that I would use. Overrated. Okay.
Right.
That's probably where I put it. Because, dude, a lot of the games, because I went back and I caught up on a lot of the games that when I was, because I usually do that at work for my prep. I'll usually, if there's some games that I missed, I'll watch them when I'll break at work. A lot of these games just feel like a slug to get through for some of these teams. Like, they're just going through the motions. Like, they're not putting in any effort whatsoever to win, Like, because we'll talk about it in just a moment. Some of these teams are just, fucking lost. Like, holy fuck, these guys are bad, And it's very key, easy elements about why they're being bad. And I don't even know if they choose to actually improve on these things, I don't even personally know if they'll be much better at it. But a lot of these teams were playing really fucking bad during the split. Holy motherfuck, these guys stunk. And they stunk hard.
Not as bad as NA. Not as bad.
NA was really bad. And nothing can change that, dude. You know that for sure. Nothing can change bad as how bad NA can be. But then, I'm going to cover some roster news for the LEC really quickly. And then we'll cover the teams for the season. We'll talk about the last week of games, playoff predictions. So, next Cloud9 podcast episode, this was going to ask Warren too. All-pro team, MVP, MIP for the LEC, okay?
Right.
So MVP, most improved player, and your all-pro teams. I think we're gonna have a field day with the top laners and the mid laners because, oh, dude, LEC top laners were donkey shit this split. Holy fuck, god damn. K4 Polo, what's up, man? You guys know about the Peter Zhang news? What?
Yeah.
What news? What happened?
Bad allegations. Basically, TSM is looking even worse than as usual.
Oh, Lord. Yes, K4 Polo. I just saw it right now. I just brought up Twitter. We will talk about that when we get to TSM later on, because I just love ragging on TSM. It's just, it brings joy to my life, But just factor this in, K4 Polo. TSM and Drama. Name a more iconic duo, Just saying, if TSM wasn't in any drama, I'd be like, damn, this feels odd. You know what I mean? But here, I will show you guys a piece of news. If you guys didn't actually notice this, Astralis League of Legends had tweeted this a few days ago. But if you guys didn't know this, I'll let you guys know this as well. The end of this LEC spring split also means the end of 1.5 years of collaboration. Today, we part ways with White Knight and Promise Q. Thank you, White Knight and Promise Q. So I'll ask you, Warren, do you think that these are the right players to get rid of off of Astralis right now?
Promiscu, yes. White Knight, no.
You generally think White Knight has... So I'll ask you this. You genuinely think White Knight is better than what he showed on Astralis, right?
I think he's the type of top laner where you don't... he can play what you need, but he's not... He's not Wonder. Like, he can hold his own against them. He's better than a Rome. Like, he's way better than Rome, right? Like, we can all agree on that.
I love these standards. I love these standards, Warren. Or Rome. Okay, there you go. All right.
Okay. What I mean is that
Adam, might as well put him right there, you know?
What the fuck is this? Promiscu was their best player.
Okay,
what are they doing? He was the best support.
He's
on drugs?
Yep.
Okay, so sorry, I was grabbing a drink, but then I heard a knock on my door, and I opened it up, and I tried, like, closing it on the guy who was, like, wearing a hat, but he's like, no, I'm gonna stop you right there. Listen, please sign this, for, like, a bomb shelter. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll sign it. So, yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I don't, okay, because you can't have too many superstars, so, like, to me, the jour was looking pretty good. Zanzara, he's not really a superstar, right? Kabe is like their like big, like I guess before he kind of
star in quotations for that.
Yeah, I just think that he didn't mesh well with Promiscu. I think because I think if you get White Knight, then all you need is just a good support. I thought White Knight played fine. He was definitely most improved. Because remember, he was on UOL, then he went to the ERLs, then he came back to the LEC.
He looked good last split. You know how we were doing the stuff last split together?
Yeah,
he looked good last. Yeah, he looked. I don't know what happened to him. Just because he didn't look as good. Maybe that was a mentality thing. Maybe
he's the EU fake god, where like 80% of games he'll just get his ass kicked. Like he'll literally lose his whole turret in 10 minutes, and then the odd game he'll like stomp on like fucking Aatrox or fucking Renekton.
Right.
So. Yeah, guys, if you guys didn't know about this, Astralis has parted ways with Promiscu and White Knight, and then now we'll start talking more about them in just a moment. All right, so the LEC 2022 Spring Split regular season is over. We'll do our playoff predictions toward the very end of the part, talking about the LEC. So let's start from bottom to top and work our way up, guys. So let's start with Astralis. They finished 10th place, 3-15, and if you guys are new to this, you won't be seeing these teams until the LEC 2022 Summer Split. So, let's start with Astralis. Astralis pretty much failed at everything they tried to do. Now, they did manage to steal a couple of wins off some, prominent teams. They beat Fnatic one time, They
handed Rogue their first loss.
See, okay,
They were 9-0.
So, my thing with Astralis is you just never build a roster of all role players. Like Warren said before, he summed it up pretty nicely. All of these guys are a bunch of role players. Promiscu, role player. Kabe, essentially a role player. Zanzara, role-playing jungler. You guys see the trend Astralis is going here? All of that basically does lead to a 10th place team. It's a bunch of fucking role-playing players. That's all it is, right? And since you have a bunch of role-playing players, they have nothing to actually go to in terms of investing all of their resources into a carry. Most of these players can't carry shit. Kabe is their quote-unquote carry star player, and he's like a version of a star player as like fucking Apollo was for the LCS.
He's like third. He's like Reckless's young third brother in line. Like
what the fuck? Holy shit. Like, no, and I have to agree with you, dude. Like, a lot of the games that they actually could have won, because guys, their record, it's bad. It's really bad. I'm not sugarcoating that. Some of the games they were playing, not going to lie here, some of them were actually really close. The reason why they didn't win some of their close games, I'm not trying to put blame on anybody, but if I had to, it would be because Kabe either mispositioned or he just wasn't able to carry the games, or he was also playing too safe when he did get leads, Remember some of the Vitality games, dude. Some of those, they were playing up against Vitality, not this time around, but the before time, right? They could have actually won that game, but they fucked up. They didn't know how to team fight properly, and they're never in positions, right, to really play out those situations properly. It always felt like when they got into a situation of them winning on the map, they didn't know what to do. So they just started like fumbling. They're like, okay, we're actually never ahead. How do you even play from ahead? Maybe I'm crazy, but that's how it always felt like with Astralis.
Yeah, just a bunch of po-belters.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, not that bad, Sean. The show shows some potential. So,
no, listen. He's good in like 1v1s. Okay, sure, but like
he's good in side lanes.
He's just bad at the majority of things you need out of a mid laner. Like, put the PvP aside. He's not good. He's like bottom tier. Let's see. Is he better than anyone else in the league? Let's see.
He's better than Certus, probably.
Yeah, maybe. Certus. I hate Certus. I hate him so much.
Wow, you guys are captains.
Yeah, no, I like it. Yeah, Certus and Nukeduck. There we go. That's it.
Oh, Lord. Okay,
you guys
so
are
actually
capping.
going to hell.
We'll talk about SK. Well, you're capping right now.
Okay,
yeah,
all jokes aside, that's just my opinion on Astralis, guys. Whenever they got into positions to like win, they never had them enough consistently to know how to play them out properly. And their team fighting was pretty bad. It was super cringe, dude, to see all the fucking LEC fans trash on Promiscu. The entire split, this guy was on Astralis, even last year when he was a part of Astralis. And then they want to pretend like they're sad when he got kicked. It's like, you guys called him the worst player in the LEC, and he kind of played like the worst player in the LEC for a very long time. So I'm not surprised Astralis kicks him. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of these fans are just fucking fake, man. Like, watching these guys pretend to like Astralis. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I think they signed this new support, Windaboo.
Is that a polar bear? What?
Windaboo. That's what I saw. So they got a new support. I don't know if they're going to make it official. So I don't know what they're gonna do about top. They'll probably get somebody from the ERLs. Yeah. But I think that of course the jour is gonna look bad if the jungler doesn't like synergize well, right? Because
Zanzara and de jour did not have good synergy, dude. Like at all.
Like you can't like if you don't have good 2v2 and roaming and jungle synergy, you're gonna look bad. I'm not saying he's like better than the top 5. That's ridiculous, right? But I definitely put him at least better than friggin' Reeker. Reeker was horrible. Like
Reeker was the worst mid in the LEC. Like, that is not even debatable. That guy was fucking awful.
You can't tell me, Sean, you're gonna put Reeker.
Never mind. I forgot it. No, hold up. I forgot Reeker was actually in the league still.
Oh, I amnesia clocked this man's head. He forgot.
Okay. he always does that.
Okay, listen. All right. Well, listen. Promiscu was pretty good. I don't know. I don't agree if I'm getting rid of him.
I'm gonna pretend I never heard that.
Listen, did you guys see that TT versus WE series the other day? That was fire.
That was terrible.
That was amazing.
If you guys want to see peak League of Legends, watch IG versus World Elite. That's peak League of Legends right there, baby.
Hold on, I sent you this clip I want you to play after we go over this. But
okay.
Yeah, anyway, let's continue.
So that's just my thing with the Astralis guys. Yeah. I don't know why a lot of people were surprised that Promiscu got kicked off the roster. You guys call him the worst player in the LEC. He played like the worst player.
He did improve slightly near the end, but far too late.
Promiscu improved like I improve at talking women. It's very, very, very slow. If Promiscu improves, that means my life is getting better. And that shit ain't happening. Them getting rid of White Knight. I mean, if they can get someone better, it's fine. But if not, I don't see this as a win for them.
I feel like they're gonna pick up Cries or something that like.
What? Like, oh Lord! They might as just play 4v5 then. If you're picking up Cries, just play 4v5 at that point. Just fucking get out of the league. All right, let's go to Team BDS. So they are out. They finished the split of 4-14. here's the biggest thing that's wrong with Team BDS. Well, there's several things wrong, but one of the main things that's wrong with them is they have the worst bot lane. They have the worst bot lane in the LEC by far.
I don't think Limit is that bad. Like, he's bottom of the barrel, like, compared to other supports now. But I don't think he's, like, bad. Just Xmatty is pure garbage. He's worse than Reeker.
And then you have Adam, who just looks lost. Adam just looks completely lost on the map.
Bippo's little brother, the way he plays. Like, he's like, make sure. Like, this was Bippo when he was, like, 16 or 15, inting. Test limits, and like that's what I think. Because like even when you watch this guy stream, this guy does not like when he run it down. I was watching his stream, right? This man's running it down. His face does not move. Yeah. He's like smiling. Like he's smiling. Like it doesn't bother him.
Yeah, this split with like Adam upset is like if you put Jake Paul up against Floyd Mayweather.
Remember there was the game Adam played up against was it Otawamne?
Yes, he died twice in like 30 seconds, and then he had like 40 CS in lane, and Adam had 0 because he like kept them away, literally 0.
No, it was when they played up against G2. Broken Blade was playing Jace, and he died. Adam died twice before minions even spawned, and I was like, "This game's over."
I thought it was Fnatic.
Either one, it didn't matter. He still,
you guys get the point. Either one. Yeah.
Like Team BDS just looks lost on the map. Like I know they have Grabs and the other guy that G2 used to, be in contact with for the coaching staff. Yeah, like what can because people are like, well, Grabs is the bad coach. What can Grabs do when their top laner runs around with their head off? And what could Grabs do when they don't have a bot lane? What can Grabs do, guys? Explain to me what can Grabs tell them? Hey, Xmatty, don't go down 50 CS in lane. Like, what the fuck?
Syncroft and Nuclear were the best parts of the team.
Well,
I didn't think Syncroft was that bad. Syncroft was actually pretty darn solid overall.
Nuclear is sort of like a Abadage EU version.
Warren, what else do you want to say on Team BDS? Why do you think they failed?
I think they tried to play through Adam too much. Like, there's a lot of times where like the Grass would do like Jace and Aurelia and Camille, and it's like you're putting a lot of resources in a meta that's not like when you put a lot of resources in top, you're giving up like Drakes, you're giving up mid prio, you're giving up all this stuff, and it's like if he's getting 0 CS and now you gotta go up there and save his ass all the time, it's gonna put everybody behind. So I think they need to do what they did with like him when he was on Fnatic Grabs. It's like, be like, all right, dude, yeah, we're not helping you. Just make sure you don't int too much, right? And we're gonna do everything to get Nuclear int and maybe have Syncroft on like or like try to get bot lane ahead so they can get out the lane if they're gonna keep this bot lane.
And then
that's what you have to do.
Yeah, trying to get Xmatty and fucking Limit ahead. Good God. The options they have on this team. Dude, those are some great options right there.
Yeah, I told you at the start of the season, Xmatty is only in LEC because of target moss. He is trash.
That's what Team BDS's plan is. Either we have to bank on Adam actually doing anything in the game meaningful at all, or you have to bank on putting resources into Xmatty and Limit.
Maddie can carry, man. He's really good.
Remember, there was that one Caitlyn game Xmatty had where he actually did get ahead in lane, and he fumbled the whole game. He fumbled the whole shit.
Yeah. Basically, just put Xmatty on like what is that champion again that like dies and then does that ult? What's the name of it again?
Oh, Karthus, right?
Yeah, just put him on like Carthus. Say try not to die like 20 times, and yeah, as you said with Adam, just try not to in too hard. Try not to make up any more lies about upset fiance. Just shut the fuck up, play the game.
Like, guys, this proves Adam was super overrated last year. If this was not proving super overrated last year, I don't know what does.
No shit, he was an above average, just weak side fucking Olaf guy. That's it.
Yeah, like. The thing with Adam is during the mid game, right when it got out of laning phase, whether he won or not, and he was mostly always losing, he did not know what to do. He didn't know if I should push outside lanes, if I should go help TP, should I go maybe try and get this extra turret on the map. Team BDS, I don't know what your goal was this split, but you might need to make some roster changes coming into the summer split for the LEC 2022 year. I'm just saying, these guys ain't it.
Mad Lions, please just get Niski now.
Like, you can keep Syncroft and Nuclear Ant. They're fine pieces to have. I think they played good given under the circumstances that they had. But Adam, Xmatty, and Limit, no. Like, guys, go back. I'm not even picking on this guy. Go back and watch this guy's games. Even if you just watch the highlights. Xmatty, even by stats alone, he was always on average down like 40 CS. That is disgusting. That is a bronze level laning phase right there. That's horrible.
Yeah. Sounds like you.
Story of my life.
No.
All right, so SK Gaming, they finished 7-11. Now, I know a lot of people are going to go typical SK Gaming finishing bottom of the league. To be fair, they finished the second half of the split, 5-4? Positive win record?
They were 1-7, and then they
finished 5-4, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, they beat pretty good teams towards the end, too.
They beat Rogue when they got on stage the first time. That was good by them.
They beat MSF, and they beat
I'll say this about SK Gaming. I think they had good things about them, but they realized what those good things were too late, if that's the best way I can explain it.
That's
they have Gilius and Treats, that's it.
What?
The thing here is, like, they realized way too late, we're playing the completely wrong play style. They need to have Treats on a Leona, playmaking supports in general, Leona, Thresh, Nautilus, Rel, whatever. They were trying to put Treats on, like, Lulu. I'm like, what are you guys doing? You lost all your engage. That's how they got to playoffs last year in spring, putting Treats on Alistar, Leona, right? He was just making these impossible engages, and he was just getting them back into a lot of these games. They just didn't realize what their strengths were, and they played on them way too late. And they had lost so many games after the beginning part of the split, it was way too late for them to actually catch up. But they did play better in the second half of the split. They managed to beat Misfits, who finished top 3. They beat Rogue when they were playing on stage. Guys, remember the on-stage games matter a lot more than the, online games. So I think SK Gaming, next split, I think they can actually make the playoffs potentially. If they can play up to their strengths that they saw in this split, it's very possible. Now, will that happen? I don't know, honestly. But yeah, Warren.
I mean, maybe if Gen Axe isn't doing his best Distilleon impression, then maybe he will.
What? He had the best laning stats, actually.
I don't care. He was trash looking. I don't care.
Lord, Jesus Christ, Sean.
He's better than at least. He's definitely better. He's definitely should have been 7th if you were looking at this list, because he's better than Armut, because he's better than Adam, and he was better than White Knight. And
the last two, Armut, I'd say they're about the same.
I would even say Finn, because Finn had some bad games on those carry champions.
He's even with those two, but he just looked horrendous. Honestly, just go to CLG.
So basically, he's middle of the pack in top 5. So let's. I think the problem is that they had no identity. It's hard when you're losing games to the teams.
Everyone.
You're supposed to, I think MSF is a fraud. What I mean,
we'll talk about that later. Yeah.
Right. MSF is a fraud. But when you're losing to teams like Astralis and BDS and you're gonna, and then you're not even beating I think they could have beaten Excel a couple times. I think they could have beaten MS.
They could have definitely beaten Team Vitality a couple of times too.
They could have beaten Vitality. They could have been a playoff team.
This is the split where they could have made playoffs. They just played up to their strengths and figured them out way too late. And they were trying to be this other team when it's like, come on, you're SK Gaming. You don't have the players to be playing that kind of versatile style. They just don't. And especially with the new mid laner right now who just joined Incertus, they're not going to be able to play that play style. They can't do that right now. And they have Gilius too. Gilius is not the guy that's going to be fucking Yankos or Malrong. He's just essentially kind of like Santorin. He's going to just be a nice facilitating jungler. That's what Gilius is going to be,
Yeah, so do I think like to me, I don't understand why they don't pick up Sven Skaren. He's available because he's actually in EU.
Sven Skaren SK Gaming reunion. Oh lord.
They could pick up Broxa. Even he's better than a little. No offense, like he is.
You would rather have Broxa over Gilius?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. At least I know what I'm getting. At least I know, like the thing is like he has proven experience in other aspects, like in best of fives and being down. Maybe if they really wanted to pick up Niski, but like I said, they don't have the money. Like Niski's not going to be cheap.
But the thing is, SK Gaming are always going to be that budget roster team, any split ever, But some of the times they get these results, you're sitting here going like, there's a lot more to be desired out of it too, because it wasn't like some of the games looked really, really bad for them, but some of them looked pretty darn good overall. It's really odd that they're 8th place, but I definitely think they had a lot more cleaner games than Mad Lions did in a lot of different cases too.
I even though I'm trashing on Gen X, I do think he'll rebound. All right, I'm not saying this team is bad. I'm just saying, in comparison to the rest of the league, this is where they're at, 7th to 8th, in my opinion, unless Treats fucking carries his ass off.
Yeah, but we saw the last game, right, where they played Callista, and like they're like, okay, you know what? Which I totally agree with this. I'm not saying do the Yamato canon and want to cry and curse on 2018, but like they went
Kafka,
with
what's up, man? What's up, Kafka? How you doing, man?
They went with I think Jezu got a pentakill Jezu got a pentakill in his last game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right?
he did.
Mm-hmm. And he was on a more aggressive sort of because you got to win lane with Callista, right? You can't just be twiddling your fingers. I think you have to. I think Jezu has promise when you see a game like that. I think their team has promise, but I agree with Sean. I think it's a middle of the pack team. I don't know who do you get rid of because they don't have the money. Like, unfortunately, I like the team, but they don't have the money. So
you need, dude. It's Maddie looking like an MVP caliber player.
No, he's not better than Jesu. Stop it.
I mean, they have that one like 17 or 18-year-old top laner in like the LFR. Or sorry, what is it called again? Is that the name of the league? Yeah,
Yeah.
LFL is that the name of it?
I think so.
Yeah, like
guys.
Yeah, and he's looking honestly really good. I think they should like possibly one of these teams should give him a chance, like either like Mad Lions or SK Gaming. I forgot what team he was on though. I'll try to look at it.
That's it for SK Gaming. I think their playstyle didn't complement the players they had. I feel like they just tried to be a team they were never going to be with the caliber of players they had. If they did like more of the basic drafts that they did last year that got them into playoffs with Treats playing the playmaking supports to be your primary engage, I think they actually would have gotten a couple of more wins to at least maybe make playoffs. But, you'll never know now because the splits writing is in the cards. All right, Mad Lions, your LEC 2021 back-to-back champions for spring and summer did not make playoffs. But I'll say this.
I was happy.
For the Super Week, they won all their games. They went 3-0 for Super Week. I'll say this. They at least should have been in playoffs over Team Vitality. Team Vitality,
they should have been over XL. If it wasn't for Reeker running it down all split, then they would have made playoffs over them.
So here's how it panned out, guys. Basically, it all came down to the wire. Mad Lions did their part. They had to win all of their games to even have a shot at making playoffs. That happened with Mad Lions. Then it comes down to the final game of the split, Team Vitality versus Astralis. If Astralis beats Team Vitality, Mad Lions gets in. If Team Vitality wins, they make the final playoff spot. And people were going like, oh my God, Perks turned it on against Astralis. Well, I better hope he sure. Like, what the fuck?
With that receding hairline of his.
Warren's just out here for blood.
That's his thing, man. It's really bad.
Like, people were like, oh my God, dude, Perks really carried against Astralis. Yes, guys, I would expect no less. Guys, what? I was gonna go like,
did you guys see fucking Puff against Team WE? Holy shit.
Okay. I don't want to talk about those crackhead games in general. But that's my thing is that's how it all played out for the scenario. If you guys wanted to hear the scenario, Team Vitality ends up beating Astralis in a very convincing game. That was their second best game of the split, because the other best game Team Vitality had was against Misfits, where they completely shit stomped them. So, yeah, one of the two best games Team Vitality had all split long was a game to get them into the playoffs, and one against Misfits during week 6. So, Mad Lions, they don't make playoffs. Like, there's so many things you could say about Mad Lions. That's the reason why they did make playoffs. They did manage to turn it on, but they turned it on way too late. Reeker, guys, he's just bad. And me saying bad is an understatement. He is awful.
He's better than Ica.
You know, I'm glad, Warren, you have the best standards for mid laners, man. I'm glad.
Hey, what do you mean? Ica has been on like this same French team. What's their name? Fucking LDLC OL for like the past like 5 or 6 years in the LFL. He can't go anywhere outside of that one season on Immortals. And this year, they got first place over any other, including the team with Reckless. Ica, hell yeah. Somebody should give him a chance.
Warren, is that your man?
My man? Who's my man?
Ica is fire.
Is this your man's? Get your boy, man. Get your boy, dude.
No, I haven't watched the games, but his team actually did get first.
I would say Arma. You know what I think happened? I think Humanoid was 2018 caps and for Mad Lions, and he covered up so many
dude. Humanoid covered a lot for them, dude.
Yeah, and like I guess Karzi, what isn't it like? I think Karzi and Kaiser is one of those you don't separate the two; they have to be together because he looks so different without Kaiser, and same for Karzi. So I feel that I feel like Humanoid was the glue that like.
I get what you're saying. You need all three of them together for it to really work.
Right.
The thing here with Mad Lions is, like, I know a lot of people were trying to like shit on Aloya. Like, what can Aloya do though? He literally has a mid laner. Oh, dude. Oh, you're a piece of shit. But good guy. What can Aloya do? His mid perma loses every matchup in general at any champion. Any matchup, any champion, weak side, strong side. Reeker just loses. Reeker picked Renekton as a counter to something and then went and lost the game. Like, what can they do? And guys, don't worry. We'll watch the video with Mac talking about why they kind of failed. But the thing here, they try to go with this rookie approach again of, we'll just get these rookie players and we'll just have the same magic again.
I thought it would work, honestly, because like I watched Unforgiven, so I knew he was great. I did not watch Reeker, though. However, just for the sole fact that teams were thinking of choosing him over Humanoid, I thought that he would at least play good. So I trusted it, and again, I think this is honestly still, like, again, I don't think really many of my predictions were wrong this season in either league so far. Like, I do think Mad Lions is actually a B tier team. It's just one play, just like X-Maddie and a bit of Adam on Team BDS. One player just fucking dragged them down the whole way through, and that was Reeker.
The thing here with me,
they're B tier.
The thing here with me is they basically, if you guys watch the video, which we will, so we'll kind of criticize it and talk about it as we do in a moment. It's the fact that they tried to do the same thing they did before, hoping to get success. Now, just because they did it one time with certain players doesn't mean they can do it with a lot of these players, though. I got his mentality. Oh, we did it before. Verbatim, what he said was, we did it before, so we can do it again. That doesn't happen every single time. Sometimes you're going to fail. You know, this is one of the times where they kind of consistently failed. I'll say this, though. Unforgiven actually was good. Like, he was an upgrade over Karzi. But Unforgiven and Kaiser weren't the best bot lane together as players. And then if Arma didn't get ahead, what did their team do? Because Reeker perma loses everything. Aloya can't gank for Reeker. He's a permanent weak side mid laner who can't offer you anything. And there were certain games where Arma didn't get ahead. The team fighting looked all off. Coordination in the mid game looked all off. Yeah, they did pull it together in the Super Week, which is fine. But it was too little too late. You know, they were just for the most of this spring split for the LEC 2022, they were bad. They were just consistently bad the whole time. There was like 1 or 2 weeks where they were actually somewhat decent. Those SK Gaming games against Mad Lions, SK Gaming beat Mad Lions twice this split. And people don't remember that. So I don't really know what they can do for next split. Some people said bring in Niski or other players like Jensen or Jizuke. I don't think they'll do that. I don't think they'll do that specifically because they have this philosophy of they wanted to foster talent.
Oh, so yeah, they won't, but that's what they should do. Although, to be fair, no, Reeker, I mean, yeah, still bottom in the barrel, but he did play at least better in like the last week and such. Still down in CS, but yeah, still down in CS and everything, but like at least moved around the map and everything, made plays.
Dude, Reeker is literally the fucking X-Matty of mid laners in the LEC. It's actually abysmal.
Yeah, Warren, and X-Matty is somehow worse. That's sad.
Mad? I think they just, I think it was, I forgot the coach's name.
Oh, Mac?
Mac, I think he said best that they were trying to do like too much stuff. I think they were trying to be G2 too much instead of like stick to what they were known for, which was their team fighting. Because we saw their team fighting, like you said, in the Super League.
They had the best team fighting in the league last year.
Right. So like stick with what makes you really good, and I think Reeker might bounce back. I think what the problem is that there was a big power curve, if you think about it, because it's like Larson and Humanoid and VT are like the best mids, right? Caps is not even in a discussion.
Larson, VTO, yeah, you're right, yeah.
Caps is not in discussion, so...
yeah, I hope not after that last week. I hope not.
So it's like, can we really be upset at this guy? I mean, he did have bad performance. And remember, they did have a good start in the split started. They just went on like a losing streak.
They just weren't really consistent, you know? And then a lot of what made them good is now on other teams. And then you have to kind of teach these rookies the style you had last year, hoping to get the same results. And that's just not going to happen. I mean, if it did happen, that's good. And you luck out and you get the benefit of the doubt. But this is the thing about bringing up certain rookies, which is what a lot of these EU teams do, is they think if these players pan out, it's the best thing ever. And it is the best thing ever when they pan out. But when it doesn't, you see results like this. Teams just look disjointed. They don't know what the fuck to do post Rift Herald after taking it. The mid laner just constantly loses every laning phase known to man, even when he gets the counter matchup, you know? So that's the thing with Mad Lions. They're done. We won't be seeing Mad Lions, SK Gaming, Team BDS, and Astralis until the LEC 2022 summer split. Now we're on to the playoff teams, starting with Team Vitality. So they're all here. I'll say this, guys. Mad Lions should have been in over Team Vitality based off the Super Week. That's just me personally. That's how I personally think. Team Vitality is fucking awful. They're horrible. The only good player they have, Perks, surprisingly, is their best player. That is ridiculous.
I think Alfari has, like, kind of came back into form.
I think he's super overrated, dude. Super overrated, man. Outside of having a good laning phase and getting ahead, he does nothing with his laning phase at all. And I know he said in that one episode with Thorn and Dom, he was not doing that. I literally watched all their games. Like, he did do that consistently. He got a lead and failed at it consistently. I was like, this... How can you be so good at laning but you can't translate shit? Like, what the hell? That's ridiculous. Alfari, I thought, outside of laning phase, super lackluster, self-made. I don't know what level of crack that guy was smoking throughout the whole split. Perks was their best player, which is mind-blowingly ridiculous. Karzi and LeBrob were about as good as X-Matty and Limit. Guys, I'm not even being hyperbolic. Karzi and LeBrob were horrible. So fucking bad. Maybe in some cases worse than X-Matty and Limit. Maybe in some games you could argue either or. Team Vitality is the worst team in the playoffs. And I'm definitely picking Excel over them when we go to our predictions. I am not picking Vitality. They would have to do a 180 on their fucking play style for me to pick them. And I can't know that right now when we're doing these predictions, so I'm going with Excel. They suck. They're terrible. They barely made it in. And they were praised for beating Astralis to get in. my brain is going to explode. Warren, please say something. My brain's going to run out of my head. They're so bad. The laning phases suck. The
I
mid-game
agree
sucks.
with you.
The macro sucks. Their fucking team fighting sucks.
I agree, but they're still better than XL. So there's
No. At least XL try something. At least XL have an idea of what they want to do.
Yeah. I agree, but they're still better. Just because player gap.
Perks is gonna have to go Mega Super Saiyan, which isn't even a form of Super Saiyan, to carry these dog shit players out of the next round. And guys,
I told you, Carsey's not good. I told you.
Excel and Vitality, they're in the losers bracket. So if Excel beats Vitality, they're done. They have to win every single round to advance.
I hope that's
consistently.
the case.
I hope Vitality get their ass handed to them. They were fucking terrible. People say Xmatty and Limit were bad. Did you watch the Carsey and LeBron games? Those are fucking horrible. I watched LeBron play. LeBron might as well have just been paid to just stand there and lose. Was he not? LeBron was horrible. Carsey stunk. Self-made brain turned off halfway throughout the split. And Alfari's like, well, I'm getting paid good money, so I'm just going to sit up here, win laning phase, and don't do shit. Warren, did you want to say anything about Team Vitality?
Sorry.
You're good, man.
I think it was like what I was saying when we first did our
power rankings.
I said I feel like this is not gonna be a good team. Like I feel like
Prophet Warren coming through.
I felt I had them high, but I was like, I don't know, man. Because
you said I had them high, but I could see this not working out.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. And the not working out felt like more and more true. I don't know. I just don't feel as if this team is that think. Let's put it in perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rogue, who would be the best superstar? Larson and Oda Wamne, right? And I guess you could say Malrong, or supporting.
You know what's crazy, dude? You remember Comp was on Team Vitality.
Right.
At one point, and they benched him for a crown shot, and then Comp goes to Rogue and gets first place.
Yeah, I don't even think Comp was playing that bad, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Warren muted himself. Okay, so
but yeah, I don't even think it was playing that bad, and he kind of has the same play style as Wild Turtle.
Dude
does.
Oh my god, dude! I was like, what is good about Team Vitality? Their jungle in support duo is awful. Their mid jungle duo is awful. Their bot lane duo is awful. Their top and jungle synergy is they don't have anything good about them.
Oh, I agree, but they have enough experience and just player gap where they somehow win.
I don't know, man. No, the thing here is you're actually right. They were better by such a smidgen of just players, not even just being better, just because I think draft diff sometimes helped them out a lot than these other not so good teams. Guys, go back and watch the games. They are horrible. They are really bad. They had two good games.
Told you.
They had two good games.
Sorry.
The one where they stopped Misfits and the one they had the Super Week against Astralis.
That was not a good game, really.
I'm picking at straws here, dude. Don't hurt me here. I'm grasping at straws here. They're just bad. If they get knocked out in the first round, I am not surprised whatsoever. They're fucking terrible.
Yeah, I hope they do. Yeah, me and Warren told you this is based said it's in.
You gotta have hope, man. I'm like Hawkeye from
what was it? 2019 where it was
Misfits,
100 Thieves? No, where it was 100 Thieves with
Bang,
Bang.
Right?
Yeah, everybody was like, "This is an A+ team." I love how they're getting all the Korean players together, forming this bond. It's like, guys, this team looks like shit. What are you talking about? He was terrible. Someday regressed last year. Afro Move regressed last year. Fucking, and then what was their fucking jungler? Ari, what's his name again?
Anda, that donkey shit jungler.
God. It's like, what were you guys talking about? And then they got fucking last, and I'm like, yeah, I predicted that. And then it's like, same thing here. It's like, I figured they would have enough experience and skill where they would be considered a quote-unquote good team and make playoffs, but I don't get people who are overhyped, and I'm like, yeah, I put them in a very generous low B tier.
So yeah, guys, that's the thing with Team Vitality. These guys are, man. Thank the heavens they have perks this split. If they did not have perks this split and they had like someone like leader, oh god, it would have been bad. And I think perks, surprisingly, no one's been talking about this. I think perks had a good split. I think he genuinely had a good split.
Oh, but they're gonna nitpick certain things to say he's bad.
You're right. And it's the thing is like I think perks played better than a lot of his competition, especially all the mid laners at the bottom. I thought he played better than Nuke Duck. He played better than Caps this split. Except the only players that person played better than was like VTO, Larson, and
No, I actually think he played better than Larson.
Humanoid. I thought Perks even played better than Humanoid. Humanoid didn't play that well. He played good enough. I
think Humanoid was slightly better. But...
yeah, like if you chose Humanoid over Perks, I can agree with that. I think Perks generally did have a good.
I think Perks honestly played better than Larson. Larson didn't look great at moments, honestly.
So that's it with Team Vitality. I thought they fucking suck. If they get knocked out first round, not surprised. And guys, here, I'll say the same thing about XL essentially. Okay, the thing with XL and the reason why I think they're going to win their best of 5 is at least XL has a game plan of what they at least are trying to do. That's more than I can say about them than Team Vitality. Team Vitality has no game plan whatsoever. They just want to get on the Rift and lose. Good game plan is that. At least Excel, let's say try stuff. Marcoon tries to invade. Mickey X tries to engage, and he fails at it every single minute and just dies 50,000 times. That's better than what Labrov does. What does Labrov do? Just sit in lane and just auto lose? Nuke Duck, at least, the team at least is trying to do stuff and be active, and that's what I think gives them the edge in their upcoming best of 5.
I think Vitalities really need to figure out summer split. Because they could make a run, right? We could all shut up and they do the TSM like
get on stream and lick my shoe if they make it past the first round.
Okay. That's not a bet you want to make because it's very reasonable they couldn't make it past the first round. But okay, go ahead. And sorry, Warren, what TSM run were you talking about?
Oh, he means the TSM run where they beat Immortals,
Remember
right?
when they got knocked out by Dig and then they ran all the way from
you mean the 20? Yeah, the COVID online split.
Oh, you mean the one that's revoked? Okay.
Oh Lord, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
XL's
that's
a
my
good
thing.
team.
Here's what I'll say. They have good small things about them that are just better right now than what Team Vitality has. Mm-hmm. It's nothing special. It's nothing super like, my god, but it's good enough.
No, I'll tell you what XL is. They're just rock solid. That's it. They're rock solid. Yeah. They're like a high C tier, rock solid team of 5 players. Although I don't understand why people still think Nuke Duck is good, but whatever.
I mean, that's just Thorin saying that.
I really don't think Nuke Duck's very good, but
I think he's
anyway.
All right.
But they are not a playoff team. They're deadlock 7th place. The only time they get into playoffs, which they did here, is if another team like collapsed, which ended up being with Mad Lions single-handedly because of Reeker. If they had any other mid laner besides fucking Reeker, they would be in playoffs over XL. It would be Mad Lions and then Vitality there. All right, they're not a playoff team. They just lucked out with that. And then, they spit in fucking Advian's face for what they did. Like, they're the exact same fucking players. They're just as good. Like, what the fuck is that change? They're just as good. There's no difference. Why would you do that?
Actually, dude, right now, looking at their gameplay, guys, you guys know me. G2 all the way, baby. But Mickey X did not play good last year. And people said, it's because of Reckless. No, he legitimately just did not play good. And looking at the split, could they have just made playoffs without Mickey X and just kept?
Yes, they would have.
I think could have. Mickey X didn't play that good.
He has higher highs, but Advian is just consistent all the way. Mickey X ints his ass off a lot of the time. He has higher highs, but that's it. They're the same players, same skill level. They wouldn't have made playoffs with either one. None of them did any. All right, Mickey X didn't do any game changing plays. People are going to bring up, what about the Galio? Shut the fuck up. No, we didn't. Shut up. I don't want to talk about that Galio game.
This is what I'll say is, because people are going to be like, well, Sean's being a hater. No, what he's saying basically is They could have had Advian still made playoffs, given how these teams right here were playing so bad, it didn't matter. Guys, it literally did not matter who they had. Team Vitality, Mad Lions, SK Gaming, Team BS, and Astralis played so bad, them having a different player would have not changed shit, because that's how bad this split was for the LEC. But that's it for XL.
XL, I didn't even get to say anything. What the hell?
Fuck you, Warren.
Yeah, no, please don't actually pretend like XL's a great team.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, Warren, go ahead.
I would say the best parts of XL is Patrick, honestly.
Obviously.
I'd agree with that.
Finn kind of rebounded from being on CLG.
Well, he didn't rebound because, remember, Finn was actually good on CLG. He was literally their carry, the one person actually winning them some games.
Nukduk is ex-Smithy of mid lane. That's kind of how I look at him.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But I think they can make it to the second round. That's about it.
Did you even like them during the split? I thought they got away with murder this split.
I like them. I think the Mickey Exchange was just like a short-term win. I think AdVM is a long-term win because he's younger and he's going to learn. And the whole
wait, no. AdVN is actually older.
Oh, that is right.
Yeah, he's like 24 or 25. Mickey X is like 21 or 22.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess then they made the right decision in my
No, they did not.
The thing here is
age doesn't matter for support.
If they can make playoffs next split without half of the teams in the league just borderline running it down through bad drafts and horrible macro play, I'll give them props for this split.
Okay,
but
sorry,
they finally made
But
they finally made playoffs. I think that's a good thing for the organization. They've been trying so hard to make playoffs. That's good for Young Buck. He finally made playoffs, with a quote unquote bad roster of players,
Took him 3 years.
Yeah.
Hey,
Fluke, garbage, or just sell the team to like H2K.
Sometimes it's not always about the time. It's about the journey, man. It's about the journey.
And the journey was trash and full of a bunch of backstabs just to become a 6th place team when you're realistically an 8th place team. Good job, buddy. Just sell your fucking org to H2K already.
Remember when we were talking about Nightmare Alley last night when we were doing the movie review? Remember, man, it's not always about being predictable. It's about how the journey to get there is all that matters, right?
Yeah, I guess, but not in this case. So this was a bad journey. All right, this isn't like the Lord of the Rings journey. This is like the Rise of Skywalker journey.
Oh fuck, Jesus Christ! Holy shit! All right, guys. Now we have top 4. My boys. G2 Esports. So people are going to go like, hey, are you going to just make up a bunch of excuses because you're their fan? Absolutely not. I'm going to rape right into this game. Okay.
Well, no, I don't have excuses, but here's the thing. Mm-hmm. At their peak, they're the best in the league. I said coming to there, I put them S tier, and I still believe that. They could be the best team in the league, and they have the highest peak to be that. The issue with them is that prediction, ours with S tier, was all based off of 2 things. One, if the players gel well, and number 2, if Caps rebounds to at least being like a top 3 mid laner. Neither of those things happened this year. All right, like I thought Rogue would have the back. Like I loved all the 5 Rogue players as well, but I thought they would have the back chemistry, and that's why I put them C tier. It turns out they're the other way around. You fucking swap them around, I guess. Fuck. But yeah, that's the 2 issues with them. Otherwise, they would be like a top 2 or number 1 team.
So this is my thing about G2, guys. As you guys know, I love G2, but this split, it's a mixture, This is what I'll say. I thought Broken Blade was an improvement over Wonder last year, but was he such a big of an improvement to the point where you needed to swap them out? Now looking back at it, yes and no. It's really weird. It's really weird because they try to play through Broken Blade. They give him all the resources. Then sometimes when that doesn't happen, then they just kind of lose out. Or there's games where it's like the Misfits game. They stop it completely, and then they just start throwing. There was multiple games this split. They had the lead and completely threw it. Completely. So should they have gotten more wins this split had they not thrown their leads? Yes, but that's the part about being a good team is you have to convert those massive leads into wins. There shouldn't be ever a game that happens with the Misfits game where you throw a lead that big. If they had won that Misfits game when they did, they would have won the fastest game in EULCS LEC history. You know, they had a lot of games where like, because so people are gonna go like, was Caps the biggest issue of this team? There were some games he looked good. There were some games he looked bad. Caps pretty much looked like a middle of the pack mid laner. He got Flame Horizoned in the last game of the season against Larson. But there was other games during the Super League where he looked solid enough, you know? So I'm not really too sure, like, where Caps is right now as a mid laner. There's some games where he looks good, and there's some games where he just looks completely off. So he's a middle-of-the-pack mid laner right now for me. Jankos, I thought, played good, but there were like a few games where he looked bad. But some of the games where he was able to actually be super effective, they won. Then you have the bot lane. You have Targamas and Flack. Flack and Targamas were okay, you know. I don't really know what to say about them that much because looking at a lot of their games, they mostly just got the weak side treatment. Just, you know, just do your job and Broken Blade, Caps, and Jankos will obviously carry the game. There were some moments where I was like, okay, Targamas is most likely or could be in the future one of the best supports in the LEC. There were some weeks where he looked pretty off. And then was there a lot of consistent weeks where he looked good? It's a lot of weird, inconsistently consistent things with this G2 esports lineup. Do they have the ability to potentially make a run in the playoffs? I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, a lot of the gameplay leaves a lot to be desired. Then you have the games against Team Vitality where they completely shit stomp them, you know? So my thing is, if they can get a lead, I think they can most likely, if they learn to close the game out when they have a lead, they can look very good. But there's moments in the mid game, and then there's moments where they're trying to take objectives and take dragons, where they just kind of start failing. I don't know, guys. That's just how I think about G2 right now. Warren, what do you think?
G2 could easily get to the finals. I think they're more creative than Rogue. Rogue is a
basic bitch.
Is a seasoned team, meaning they're the Indianapolis Colts. They win their games. They have good records, but they don't seem to win the big championship ever so far, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm more scared if I was going up against a G2 than a Rogue. Like, I could see.
Credit to your point, Rogue picked Misfits to face instead of G2 and Fnatic.
Just think about that, right? So to me, I think I wouldn't be surprised if G2 made it to the semifinals. I wouldn't be.
So that's my thing is, if they can figure out a way to convert on their leads that they actually have gained throughout the split, like a lot of those games they lost, they threw them. They threw a lot of those games. If they can just get down how to convert when ahead, they can win. There were some times where, like, Broken Blade was on a tank champion, which I thought the drafts were kind of bad at some points from G2. And I was like, well, what are you really doing? You know, if they could just figure out what style to play through and a style that's effective enough to get them their wins when they're ahead, I think it's good. If Caps can become Caps in the playoffs, I think you're right. I think they can actually make a run to the finals. If Caps can somehow come back to at least being the fourth or third best mid, they have a really good shot at winning the finals.
Yeah, because the reason I think G2 has like the highest, like, I'm not even gonna call them dark horse, like potential to win. Targamas and Flack are, I would say, a top 4 bot lane, right? We can all agree on that.
They were pretty solid.
Caps has his high highs, but and less low lows. He's kind of, you can definitely tell he's changed, right? Jankos has his best split ever, which is weird because he's so old. So, and I think there's creativity. I think if G2 plays standard, they win, honestly.
It's when they try to do too creative shit. You know that game that they lost against against Misfits? No, it was one of the games in this last week against Rogue. This last game against Rogue. I want to show you guys the draft they had was so like off. Like they could have went through this. It's too hard to win through some of this shit. The draft they had against Rogue was really bad. They drafted like a Tristana, an Alistar, a TF, a Jin Zhao, and an Aatrox. You're like going, what the fuck? Like, how do you win through that shit? So my thing here is some of the drafting for G2 has been really suspect. They know exactly how to win from some of the games that they've won. And I think that if they can just try and get that down, I think they can be a good team. I think them being 4th place makes sense based off how inconsistently consistent they were. But as you guys know, I thought the bot lane for G2 was pretty solid overall. I didn't think they did anything too detrimental. I didn't think they were the worst part of G2. That's a good thing, you know. Kiverpolo says, is Vitality still considered to be a super team? I hope not. I really, really hope not. After that donkey shit of a split, I hope not.
Yeah, they're a super team in Brazil.
Anyway. Holy shit. Well, that's it. Considering G2, top 3, baby. The team that Warren wants to talk about, which is Misfits.
Okay, so
you go first.
When I say, go ahead, MSK. I'm sorry.
No, you want to talk about talking first, man. Go ahead, dude.
Oh yeah. So when I say MSF is a fraud, BTO definitely improved, right? If you look at all of their wins, it's against the lower teams. They don't have many wins against the top teams, if you've seen. So they're in another position this year where it's like, oh, you got your top 3, but we really don't respect you. Like, people don't really put name to MSF. So it's like, I feel like they need to, like, if they want to be a top team, they have to beat top teams more. Because, like, you're supposed to beat Mad Lions, SK, Team BDS, Astralis, blah, 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 right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you're supposed to play up against, say, Rogue, you need to beat them to show, like, Rogue, you can't clap us.
Rogue beat the shit out of them. It wasn't even close.
That's kind of what I feel, and that's why, I guess that's why they picked them, but, you know, we'll see, and that's how I feel. I think Cloud9 is not that bad. He's actually underrated.
Mm-hmm.
Hirit's kind of, I think the meta has not worked well for Hirit, but I think he's done okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's as much as I gotta say. Neon has stepped up, though. I will say that.
I'll say this about Misfits. I do agree with you. A lot of their wins come from the bottom teams. Then, if you look at some of their wins against G2 and Fnatic, G2 and Fnatic threw those games hard as fuck. Like, to the point where, like, were those even really wins? Like, Misfits were essentially gifted a lot of free wins by how bad some of these teams could not close out games. So with their players, VT, also with Hirit, I thought Hirit played okay. I didn't think he was as good as he was last year for this split, in particular for the LEC. I thought there was a lot of moments where he was the detriment to the team, and then there were some weeks where he was the upside to the team.
I think he was Sunday's little brother. That's how
Lord. Oh, God. What's his name? Schlackton? I did not really like his gameplay. I personally think he's getting carried in a lot of these games that he was playing. There were some games where he carried, some games where he just looked pretty awful. Most of the time, he looked awful, essentially, with Misfits.
Sorry, I'm back. Which team are we on?
Misfits.
Yeah,
VTO, okay. I thought had a massive improvement.
But Shotgun played better than Razork, if you think about it.
I agree with that, and I do.
Who?
Schlackton over Razork?
Yeah, I agree with that. Schlackton is sort of like a medio CU version. He's like a support jungler.
Like, Schlackton is, you need that guy to have more consistent games if Misfits want to do anything in the playoffs. VTO, I thought was great. VTO, oh my God. Coming from what I thought of this guy to fucking this year, fantastic improvement.
Yeah, he is an MVP candidate.
Best mid laner in the LEC right now, as most people say. Neon showed to me that he can potentially step up and carry games. Yeah. And I think he stepped up. But do I think he's this massive carry that everyone's been talking about on Reddit? No. But he's stepped
what
up.
Do you mean massive? I've never seen anyone call him a massive carry.
Oh, you haven't been.
They just said he went from an average reliable ADC.
He went from
to
basically
now,
Wild
to
Turtle. He went from Wild Turtle to someone like
an average reliable 80 carry to then a good or even great reliable 80 carry. But no one's calling him like a huge carry guy. I must be missing like must be reading the wrong things. Then what are you reading? Because I haven't seen anyone call him that.
If you scroll down far on Reddit, you will read some shit you will never even.
Oh well, I mean that's Reddit. They don't count. They have like fucking 8 brain cells total left. All right.
And Mursa. Okay, so someone said, think of Mursa like Trimby when Rogue first got him. But
I disagree with that.
But the thing with
Trimby, you could
Trimby
see
is you could
was
see
great.
he was actually doing decent things.
Yes, you could see his potential in his playmaking. Mersa is just like
Mersa's
he's just
bad.
no. Mersa is just there not to die like 8 times in a game.
Mersa, the only thing that separates Mersa from Lebrov, guys, I'm just being honest here, is their teams. That's it. Mersa played just as bad as Lebrov. The only thing that's separating them is the actual teams they're on.
Yeah. That's the player they could get an upgrade over. Like again, I get what they were going for of like playing him over Vander, because Vander's still good. He's still LEC material. It's just that he's a one-dimensional play style, and Mersa more fit there, what their team needed. So I get it, and he did improve. I would say he's all right now, but I still think they should try to find someone else, in my opinion. Like, I'll just get Avian. Honestly, just get him.
And I do agree with Warren. A lot of their wins were really suspect in a lot of cases. Like, are they the actual third best team in the LEC? Well, by record wise, yes, but
No,
by
they're
actual
fourth.
game, by gameplay wise, they're probably fourth or fifth. You know, man, they got away with murder on that last game against Fnatic, like absolute murder. And Shlatan on Twitter was like, why are you guys mad at us? We finished third place. I mean, no one's mad at you. You overperformed to expectations. No one's mad at you. It's just like, when you look at the whole split in context and the actual gameplay, it's like, I mean, were you really that good? I mean, they did well enough.
To an extent, yeah.
They did good enough against the bottom tier teams to where it separated them from the bottom of the pack, which is good. I mean, you have to win those games. Those games are important. But against top tier teams, they got curb stomped. And remember, in best of ones, anything can happen, like a comeback. Now imagine that in the playoffs. So let's say if there was a playoffs between Misfits and Fnatic threw that first game. You don't think Fnatic can just bounce back and stomp them 3 games in a row? That's going to happen in the playoffs. They're going to go like, okay, let's not do that at that moment. Let's just do this, and they're going to win 3 games in a row. Misfits are going to get
they're like
heavily.
Dignitas. They can't play best of 5s.
Guys, I'm telling you right now, I'm calling it right now. Misfits are going to get heavily exploited by Rogue. Rogue is going to open that asshole wide as fuck.
Yeah, well, don't they play G2 first, or?
No, Misfits play Rogue first, I think, actually. Let me go up to the...
I thought that was the case, but then I checked.
No, Classico first. All right.
Okay, actually, I think you're right.
Do you guys want to say anything more about Misfits? We go to the last 2 teams?
Yeah, Misfits, yeah. So here it was still great. I mean, even though he had his issues, which, again, I predicted that his issues would be exploited this season, even though I thought he was like the best top last season, that he would downgrade a bit, but he's still be a little inconsistent, but he's still great. Shlatan, great like support jungler, VTO, MVP worthy. It's him, Upset, Hillisane, Malrain, and then maybe who would be the 5th in the run-in? Let's see.
For what?
For MVP, like maybe someone on.
Yeah, Yankos is a fine candidate. Yeah, he's a fine candidate.
No, I'm thinking. Yeah, I mean, I'd still say Yankos is like a top 2 jungler, but
Trimby, Hillisang, Upset.
No, I'm trying to think of somebody on XL, like Patrick or something.
Oh yeah, Patrick.
Yeah.
So that would be my top 5, but yeah, I'd give it to Hillisane or VTO.
All right, guys. Let's go to Fnatic. I mean,
I don't get your issues with VTO though. Before, like he wasn't great.
He lost every matchup.
Great or anything? He wasn't bad.
He got counter matchups and then lost them. I was horrible before compared to what he is right now.
I disagree. Like maybe I saw just the best games.
You saw the white guy. You saw that.
I didn't watch most of LEC last year, so maybe I just saw the bad games, but I didn't think he was
even
so
if
bad.
you go back and watch his playoff games just from last but alone, oh my god, dude, he ran it down.
Okay, I'll watch them, but yeah.
So,
and
let's go to Fnatic now. Fnatic, the team. I mean, we predicted them to be second or first place. That happened. I mean, no surprise there. Wonder was just here for a paycheck, dude. Come on, like he played not so good, man.
Yeah, in the first 2 weeks or so,
he played good the first 2 weeks. I was like, okay.
Maybe I'm like, oh shit, is he proving me wrong? And then it's like, oh nope, never mind.
If you guys go watch that Jace game in the Super Week, he was running it down pretty hard.
The game with Jace versus Adam does not count.
Then you had Razork. Everyone knows that I knew Razork wasn't playing good week 1. I was like, okay, maybe he'll just switch it up a bit. Nope, that didn't happen. The there were some games where he looked good, some games he looked bad. I think it had to do with mid-jungle synergy between him and Humanoid. I thought Humanoid didn't have the best split overall, but he looked good enough toward the very end where he started to pick up steam toward week 3. He started to pick up steam, but there were some games that were really questionable from Humanoid. But they overall had a really solid team. Hylissang, best or second best support in the league. Upset, best ADC or second best ADC in the league. When they got their playstyle down, they ran through a lot of teams. You know, there's not much more you can really say about them. They played just as well as I predicted.
Against G2, never mind. The Adam game was against G2. My bad.
Like they played just as well as I thought they would, but they have exploitable weaknesses that I think people might exploit in playoffs. But they have good enough players to like. That's what happened during this split with Fnatic. They had good enough players to get them through a lot of their games. I don't know how well that's going to happen in playoffs, but we'll have to see how it goes. Warren, what do you think?
I think Fnatic, they can win it.
Lord.
They can win. They have. Okay, here's why, right? Hylissang, best support. Upset, I guess his girlfriend sucked his dick good. Like, honestly, the only bad part about Fnatic is literally Razork. Razork's the only question mark. Considering all the pieces they changed out, which was Niski, Adam, and then their jungle, like, that's a lot. That's their whole top side, right? It's like,
yes,
there's a lot of question marks. Is one they're going to bounce back? How's Humanoid going to gel? Razork's been the one that's been the most underperforming, which means that if you think about it, it even kind of harps on Sean's point on how good VIT was, because VIT was covering for Razork then, and hear it.
Yeah.
So,
this is the thing, dude. A lot of Razork's gameplay was bad. Like, dude, he would invade at such horrible times. A lot of the reasons why Fnatic lost a lot of games was because of him. He just completely.
I absolutely hated Razork last year. I don't understand why they picked him up.
There was oh my god, the synergy between Razork and Wonder was horrible. But they make it work because they're better than a lot of the players in the league. How long can that last for Fnatic, though, just having better players in the league? How long can that last?
I mean, this is the first time they didn't, like... Think about, like, how many times they find someone through, like, ERL. They literally finally got him. Like, first they got Upset, now they got a Humanoid. I don't think Razork's, like, a big-name player. I still put Humanoid over Razork. Like, I think Humanoid's the face of the LEC until... If VTO can win with MSF this year, then I think VTO's like the top mid laner. But right now, Humanoid's still king because he won last year. And we're seeing that Humanoid basically was Mad Lions. So
Humanoid did a lot of work for Fnatic. Like, if you take out his bad... Okay, you can't, like, erase his bad games, but Humanoid started picking up a lot of steam later on during the split. But there was some games where he overextended. He was losing laning phase consistently. It's weird to rank Fnatic right now. Like, I think they're a good team to a certain extent based off what the LEC has to offer. I just don't know how much longer they can just muscle man through a lot of their games with just having better players.
They're a second place team, not a first, in my opinion.
And last but not least, let's talk about Rogue. Rogue surpassed all my expectations this split. This is like, what, the third or fourth split in a row? They got more than 10 wins. Rogue's been
the reason why they like surpassed over expectations, it wasn't because of the players. All three of us figured, we all liked all 5 of those players, thought they were great. Reason being is the issue that G2 had, we thought they would have. We thought they would have not so good synergy at all. But it turned out then they had just fucking insane synergy out of nowhere. But then in the second half of the season, maybe when teams started getting, working out the issues, and they started to show the issues we thought they would in the second half of the split, which is why I don't see Rogue winning the split. I think it's going to be like Fnatic or G2.
But this is the split I could see Rogue winning. If they were to win one,
yeah,
I could see
if they were going to.
If they don't win this split,
put on a cap because you're capping right now. Put on a hat because you're capping right now. Rogue's not shit.
I'll say this about Rogue. You saw that getting rid of Inspired and Hansama make them better, but in hindsight, you're going like, wait, How would that work, though? The players were very open, and they basically said this, guys. I'll say it for them. They didn't like the ego that Inspired or Hansama probably had, and that kind of knocked their team down a peg. Even though they were still winning a lot of games, the ego was maybe too much, so it had a lot of conflict with how their players wanted to play the game. But if you bring in players like Comp and Malrong, new players who are willing to learn, like Warren said, it works out a whole lot better for them. Malrong, for most of the split, looked like the MVP. He still is MVP caliber. I'm not saying he's not, but Malrong looked insane. He like best jungler by far in this split. Completely knocked it out of the park. Comp, best ADC. In my personal opinion, Comp was the best ADC. Knocked it out of the park. Trimby, massively improved compared to last year. One of the best supports right now. Otawamne had a pretty good split. Larson had a pretty good split overall. They were legitimately the best team. Yeah, they lost to Astralis. Yeah, they lost to SK Gaming, but that happens in best of ones. What can you do, right?
Yeah, but that was a dominating win by SK Gaming, though. Like, I'm not trying to big them up, but if you watch that game, even the analyst said that SK
I agree with you too. I saw the game live. Yeah, dude.
So like that's what I'm saying. That's worrying. If SK can play good like that, I'm not saying SK's a top 4 team. That's what I'm saying. If SK can play good, how are they going to stack up against if Fnatic plays really good or G2 plays against them really good? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to say is their playstyle is they have to win early. Like I said before, they're the 100 Thieves of EU. They have to win early or they don't really win. A lot of their game wins come from stopping the early game. Now, if they can consistently do it in playoffs, that's fine. And a lot of people go like, well, they choked in playoffs before. What's different now? It's a different roster. That's what's different. And it's a different year. So that's kind of how that works, though. You know, yes, they've choked in the past with different rosters, but this is a different roster as well. And we have to see it play out this way with this roster. Now, if it pans out, they win the split. That's great. If they don't win the split this time around, I'm sitting there going like, okay, there's something wrong here. Because you have the coaching staff. Freddie's been there since the beginning. Like, Freddie's pretty much molded this organization for League of Legends with all these consistent teams they've had to get all these wins pretty much outside of like the first split they existed in the LEC. Rogue's just massively improved social media, everything. Rogue's just improved overall. The past like 3 splits, they've garnered more than 12 wins a season, competing for like second or first place. Like, they've did a really good job. If they don't win this split, I'm going like, I don't know what the fuck you can do. If you don't win this split, I don't know. I just don't know. You know what I mean? Like, they have the players. They somehow have maybe better players than they had last year. And if you don't win this split, that's crazy.
Yeah. I wonder what fucking idiot above me said that Otawamne should have retired after last year.
It definitely wasn't me. But well,
Yeah,
Comp,
do you agree though that Comp is sort of like a prime wild turtle with how he plays? Sort of just like by his own, like it does the odd like, you know, like trick shot from like fucking 50 miles.
He tests his limits too much. I'll say this: Comp could easily throw key games in playoffs if he tests his limits. So a lot of those games that he won, a lot of those games that Rogue lost, it was actually through Comp testing his limits, playing too over aggressive and getting killed and giving up an advantage bot lane.
I can't.
Yeah, at those times he plays like deftly.
I can't wait for predictions for playoffs because you guys are gonna laugh when I make my playoff.
Let's go to them. Let's do it, baby.
I think yours will be reasonable.
Also, next Cloud9 podcast, we'll have our all-pro teams for the LEC, MVP, and MIP. Just in case anyone who's gonna ask for that. Time for the LEC 2022 Spring Split playoffs, guys. Let's do it. We're at playoffs, boys, and the first round is going to be played, obviously, on the 25th, which is not this week, but the next week. So we have the first day, Rogue versus Misfits, the first place team versus the third place team. Rogue picked Misfits because if you get first place, you get to choose who you want to face. That's your reward for finishing at the first place position, which is what they deserve. Then you have El Clasico, Fnatic taking on G2. Then you have your consolation match on Sunday. So that's what you have. So for me, I got to pick Rogue. I'm picking Rogue. I think they are the better team, and I just hope they can show that in the playoffs from what they showed in the regular season. I know regular season and playoffs are different, guys. I know that, but I think that they just have the stronger players overall. But then again, I could be wrong. but I'm picking Rogue.
I think
I'm
this will be
predicting-
another 5-game series like last year in summer, their rematch, yeah.
You think it'd be 5 games? I'll say
Yeah.
Rogue win 3-1. That's my prediction.
I knew that's what you were going for, you stupid cracker, but
Sean
no, 5
said 3-2.
Yeah, 3-2 Misfits.
I hate Canadians. Don't you, dude? All right, Warren. Who are you predicting for Rogue versus Misfits?
I have Misfits. I think they're better. I think hear it dumpstered on Huawei plenty of times. Video is better than Larson. Like
We made him leave. You're outnumbered, bitch.
Vito is better than Larson, like hands down. Zlatan
Yeah,
is,
Larson didn't play that good.
He did, though. You guys are crackheads.
No,
but
no,
whatever.
he
It's
played
okay.
like top 3. It's just you're overrating him. He wasn't
Not
like
even
the best
close. Go
mid laner.
watch some of those games again. He was clapping fools.
He was like
Zlatan
he was number
is-
3 mid.
is
Get the
even
fuck outta
is
here.
Malron edges out Zlatan, but Zlatan's I say the bot lane. I say
The bot lane's the key thing, dude. That
Neon-
Rogue bot lane is pretty good.
bot lane's gonna be key. I think it's gonna be a 5-game series, but I just think MSF's the better team, man.
So you thinking Misfits will send Rogue down to the losers bracket? So you're saying Rogue makes that finals run? Be great though. That'd be great, honestly.
I think you need to scroll up so you show what happens if the team loses.
Oh, basically, this is what happens. If Rogue lose, they would go like right here. Essentially, they'd be like in one of these rounds right here. Yeah,
I
they
think
would
both
face the
beat their
person.
opponents in
here.
the loser bracket. But I could see a world where they lose both of their matchups, are out of playoffs, and then they get memed on for a whole month in the community.
Oh Lord, if Rogue don't win this split, fuck. All right, El Clasico G2 versus Fnatic. That's a pretty nice banger right out the bat. I mean, I'll say this. G2's wins looked more impressive than Fnatic's, depending on which side of the season you're on. You know, like if G2 can get down winning with the lead, I think they can blow Fnatic out the water. But then that last El Clasico game they had, Fnatic versus G2, Fnatic beat the shit out of them. I think it's this one. I think it's going to be back and forth 5 games actually.
I'm gonna have Fnatic. As much as I like Broken Blade, and I think G2, with all the changes they made, they still came out in the top 4. I just think Fnatic is just. I don't know if Hylissang decided to take like adrenaline coke, but like he's just been playing like an animal. So like I'm gonna have. I think it's gonna be like a 3-1. I think G2's gonna learn, and then that G2's gonna make a run. That's my prediction.
I think I'm going G2 3-2. I think it's going to be all 5 games.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a true fan. I understand.
So this is the series.
I gotta go with it, man.
Yeah.
My gut. I'm going to go with my gut.
So
I'm gonna,
this is the series that everybody's going to predict like 3-2 and say all the games are going to be super back and forth just because of how like all the regular season games with like G2 and Fnatic are and how consistent and inconsistent they are a lot of days. But honestly, because of how random they play, though, I'm not sure about that. I think this is going to be like a series that really hard to predict. I think this could honestly like end up being like anywhere from 3-0 if all the games lopsided to just 3-2 all the games close. I don't think there's a way to really predict this. This is going to be a super random series.
If Fnatic win, I'm not surprised because Hylissang has been disgusting this split.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So again, even though I think G2 has the potential to be an S-tier team and best in the league, again, I think their synergy and they're just the amount of times they feed randomly trying to go for plays, I just think it's going to backfire. I think they're going to look towards either the loser side bracket, beating, like dismantling like Rogue randomly and going on that run to like win it this split, or look at Summer, because I just think their synergy is still way off. I think Fnatic will overcome it because of that slightly.
Good
and 3-2
I
or
love the
3-1.
Batman.
Yeah, I think 3-1 Fnatic, I'll say, because of that, and I think that Upset and Hylissang will just land. I think Flacket is great and Target Moss is a top 2 support, but I just think that
Upson Hillsing
play-
a pretty good bot lane.
I just think their experience will come through and with how they've been playing, and they'll just gap them, even though their level, like the level of the players aren't like too different. Like Target Moss, like I'd say, is number 2 and everything. Like I just think, just how they're playing at the moment and their experience will gap them. So 3-1 Fnatic. I'm gonna go with this could go anyway though.
You guys know what I said earlier? I'm sticking to my guns. XL over Vitality. It's gonna be a scrappy series. 3-2. XL win 3-2.
So I can't give 2 predictions, but here's what's gonna. This is my Doctor Strange scenarios, right? It could go. XL can like show up and be a playoff team and go 3-0, or they could go a 5-game series, or we get perks. We get perks. That's but I'm gonna go consistency and synergy, and I feel that off of synergy, I'm gonna go at XL because they seem like they're trying to play as a team. And Vitality still doesn't know their identity after 18 games.
Yep. But guys, that's it for our playoff predictions for round 1.
Bitch, you didn't ask me.
I don't like you.
The fuck's your itch god? Anyway, so the XL versus Vitality. Okay. So this is gonna go like 2 ways. Number 1, XL's gonna this is their first playoff performance. They're gonna randomly collapse Optic Gaming did in their first and only LCS playoff appearance, just go 0-3, just not look in form as they did in the regular season with their synergy and everything and their communication and what they want to do. They'll just collapse under the pressure and against these players, and Perks and them will make it seem exciting and oh, Vitality is back, Perks is back, but then they get defeated in the very next round in the same fashion that C9 Perks did against 100 Thieves in summer, that series in 4 games. So that's the first thing. Or the second thing, as Warren said, XL was just, the synergy, team bonded and everything. They'll just pull through, with what they want to play. They'll Nuke Duck will keep pushing and everything. Same thing with Finn, and then, they'll lean on Patrick to carry, and Upset and Hillsame will try their best, and then they'll fuck. Oh, sorry, no, that's Fnatic. My bad. Sorry, I meant to say Perks.
Sean is definitely doing drugs right now.
No,
Carzine Lebrov.
No, not Carzine and Lebrov. Sorry,
I'm sorry.
I meant to say Perks and Carzine will try their best to carry, because even though I don't think Carzine is good, this guy's overrated as fuck, even on Mad Lines. I think he'll show up in this series. Mm-hmm. So those 2 will try their best, but then they'll fail ultimately, and then they'll fucking throw a chair out the window and fucking kill fucking Selfmade or some shit. Who knows? Yeah,
with me, as I explained before, guys, when we were talking about Team Vitality in depth, they fucking suck. This team is donkey shit.
I'm going XL 3-2.
I just want to say, I think the only way Vitality, I think Selfmade. When I look at the whole team, I think Selfmade either has to say screw you bot lane or play a supportive role. He has to make a decision.
That will not happen. That will not happen.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. Okay, it's not going to happen. But you guys agree, if he did one of those 2 roles, they're a better team.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing with these quote unquote, I mean really quote super teams, is one of these guys has to sacrifice to win this series, because any play style they play is not good. They can play standard, flex, poke, any comp, any standard where they want to play is bad. Guys, I'm going to go back. People who are watching this on the replay, watch their game. They're terrible. They have no style, nothing. They have to legitimately change their play style so much so they have to win this round and all the rounds after this. I just don't see that from the team that I saw in the regular season. I think they're just getting knocked out right here. If they win this, congrats. You're going to face another better team and probably get knocked out the next round. I just think they fucking suck. But I'll say XL win 3-2. I think it'll be their first ever playoffs victory. I think XL are going to actually surprise people in their first playoffs. All right, now it's time for the LCS. The best damn fucking League of Legends right here.
Where I leave. Got it.
All right, Warren. See next week when we talk about our pro team.
because for all the chat, like once I saw TSM was horrible, I'm like, I'm not watching LCS. when I saw EG and when I see EG at the bottom and how nah, this is just dog shit to watch. Sorry guys. Anyway, take care. I'll see you later.
See you later, Warren. See you next week, dude. Peace, man. All right, guys. Now let's talk about
is Vitality still considered to be a super team?
Am I still considered black?
No, but so I mean, I suppose, but I mean, I can't believe they were considered to be a super team in the first place. What the fuck are they smoking? This community.
K4 Polo, my boy, you wanted us to talk about TSM. Well, you're gonna get your fucking answer right now because I'm gonna give it to you in just a moment when I bring up the news. I don't know what happened. It is literally just like the LS situation with TSM, only to just a lesser degree. I remember who Peter Zhang was. I remember him coaching Team Liquid, him like interim coaching TSM. Fired? Yeah. I remember him like interim coaching TSM a few times.
See, that's who I predicted because he's fucking garbage. That's exactly who I predicted the fucking
So here's their PR statement. We were recently made aware of very serious allegations of conflict of interest and unethical practices against League of Legends coach Peter Zhang.
Oh, wait, I didn't realize that.
After an initial investigation, we have terminated him effective immediately. We are working with external legal counsel to complete a full investigation. What the fuck this guy do? Murder a person?
Every day at TSM is a banger.
Shenyi tweeted. He just tweeted dots. When he was tweeting, Shenyi just tweeted fucking dots. That's all he did.
For real. This fucking... Oh, fucking kill me now. Holy fuck.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Just kill me now.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, God. Okay, before we talk about since TSM is at the bottom, and they just now came up with the news, time to perfectly segue into talking about the LCS 2022 Spring Split. Week 6 we just concluded? Yeah, we just concluded week 6. So, I remember Peter Zhang subbing in for TSM during the LCS 2019 Summer Split Playoffs, where he basically became their interim coach for a bit, became their head coach the next split, got fired because Bjergsen thought he didn't do a good job or the teammates didn't think he did a good job. Then he came back to the organization to coach their academy rosters, and now you have this. Guys, this is just like the LS situation. They'll never say what the serious allegations are of conflict of interest and unethical practices. Maybe it was match fixing. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate because this is something that I just don't know. You know, I would never speculate on something I don't know. Double Lip. Oh, Double Lip just tweets banger org. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Double Lip just has no soul. This is crazy. Oh my God. And then this guy says, kinda rich coming from someone who fucked the president of the org, which we have evidence doesn't have any problem with discussing private player transfer info, which is totally a conflict of interest. Just because you didn't get punished doesn't mean you are innocent. I mean, he's kind of speaking facts there. I mean, he's speaking facts.
That's why I'm not debating. I mean, post the memes all you want, you fucking TSM fanboys, but it's the truth, and this is why I can never be like considered a fan of Double Lift, because he's always like hypocritical and kind of toxic, and he just like doesn't bring up all the shit he's done ever. Like, God.
The irony, guys, the irony of TSM worrying about a conflict of interest when Double Lift and Lena. If I went down that road, my brain would explode on stream. The nerve and audacity.
And that's why that split does not count now.
God,
that should have been revoked. That should have been reversed. That title is fucking bullshit. That World's appearance is bullshit. Let's just pretend that Cloud9 won that split, made Worlds, and got like 1 and 5.
Here, I'll say this. The fact that TSM, of all organizations, came out with the PR statement about something that Peter Zhang did bad. The first thing they put in there was a conflict of interest. I remember, in 2020, Doublelift being a player and Lena being the president, Lena sharing private player information around Doublelift. The nerve of TSM to actually fire someone over a conflict of interest, that's irony at its finest right there, boys. K4 Polo,
now, I don't know what he did that was bad, and I feel sad because Peter Zane was pure shit when they first got him.
You're cutting out a bit. What? What'd you say?
Oh, one sec. Is that better?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, well, Peter Zane, when they first got it, was pure dog shit. Let me just say that right now. They wanted to get someone else, like somebody, I believe, who's fucking some, but yeah, they didn't. So they say it's just pure dog shit.
So bad.
Oh.
K4 Polo, I agree with you. TSM, dude, speaking facts. Speaking the facts, man.
But it is hypocritical, though, that they would fire him for that. But it never even look in the situation with Doublelift. I'm telling you, summer 2020 does not count now. I told you, it does not count. All right? After that bullshit. Just pretend like COVID canceled the rest of the year in the LCS. Done.
Like, hey, this guy who tweets this, oh my God. Good fucking God. Here's what I gotta say. Because I know no one else is gonna quote tweet this. This man is speaking pure,
I'm gonna do that too.
Unfiltered facts.
Give him a retweet as well. Give him another retweet as well. Give him the retweet while you're at it.
This man is just speaking all the facts. I'm just saying, though, I like Doublelift. I've talked to him. He's not a horrible person. But...
no, he's a good guy and he's entertaining. I love his streams. He's a good guy to talk to deep down. At the end of the day, though, you were toxic. Fuck off, and your fans are, and you're hypocritical. All right, you've done lots of shit like this, and and your fans are fucking cancer who don't admit your mistakes. And you try to like hate on orgs like TSM and Cloud9 constantly 24/7 for such minor issues that don't matter at all and that are already like taken care of. The same ones that you usually have as well. Like, fuck off. But no, he's a good guy, but he needs to stop with like his fucking hypocritical bullshit. That's why I can't say I'm a Doublelift fan. I just can't, even though he's a good guy and I like his streams and everything.
Dude, it's just the irony of TSM getting rid of someone over a conflict of interest is the most ironic
and this is just every
ever.
Player in their history besides Bjergsen. Just toxic, ironic, hypocritical bastards. That's like every player who's ever played from, even Spica.
Like, oh, well, since TSM is our talk right now, let's go over the LCS 2022 Spring Split standings right now. TSM at the bottom where they've been at most of this. They're just bad, guys. You know, at least with Astralis, they had moments where they actually were winning some games and they actually looked competitive in some other games. TSM is just bad. TSM just stinks. Horrible. TSM just suck. TSM are actually just trash. Sorry, they just suck. How they got... And Golden Guardians suck just as much because they lost to that donkey shit of a team. But we'll get to them later. TSM is bad. There's nothing more I can say. Like, I've exhausted every line of words I have for them. What the fuck was that? Oh, my bad. I kicked my trash can. TSM just bad. Like, they brought back in Shenny. He doesn't talk as much. So, oh my brain's gonna explode. So, they brought Shenny over for a shot calling, told him he was talking too much, had him go fix it in the academy scene. They're still losing in LCS. Bring him back up to play for the main starting support position that he was offered when the season began in the offseason. and he doesn't talk. Classic TSM. I just don't get it. They got a shot calling support only to tell him he's talking too much, clogging up comms. And now he doesn't talk at all in some other games. Good job, TSM. You are actually just so fucking stupid. My brain is fried. You deserve to be 2-11. You, oh my lord. I'm done. Sean, you want to say anything about this dumpster fire of an org?
Again, Peter Zane should have been fired anyway. He's pure dog shit, but whatever he did, unless it was horrible, yeah, what the fuck. But they also said abuse, so I mean, I'm sure Doublelift has abused some players, but whatever.
Oh god.
Fucking says, Ola, you're my best friend, and fuck, oh no, fuck you. Get out of here. Come here, Core JJ. Hell yeah. But no. Anyway, it's just amazing to me that there have been, you know how rare a conflict of interest it is. It's like a 99.9999% chance of not happening and not being like revealed and like the reason for it, exactly what of the thing that occurred. So imagine an org has that happen to them 2 times in the last year and a half. Just put.
You know what's the most hypocritical shit about TSM sometimes? About the whole Doublelift and Lena thing was that she said she didn't try to poach any players, yet there's actual just messages of it literally happening to our face. I'm just sitting there like, okay, am I living in a Twilight Zone or some shit? Like, do I live in this plane of existence with some people? Like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Oh, sorry, Sean, you're messing up again.
Have a rich history.
Sean, you're messing up. But yeah, you're just cutting out consistently. But yeah, guys, that's TSM.
1 second.
Okay, no problem, dude. But yeah, guys, that's it with TSM. They are just absolutely fucking terrible. Like, they bring over a shot calling support, play him for a few weeks, lose a lot of their games, bench him to academy to work on his clogging the comms issues or some shit. Bring him back up. He probably isn't even speaking because he's not confident in his calls anymore because the team just doesn't listen. Spica can't do anything with the roster of players that just all auto lose laning phase. Tactical has had some good laning phase games. Outside of that, there's really pretty much nothing there. I think this TSM roster is just fucking trash. If they don't change their roster after this split for the LCS 2022 spring split, they just want to be at the bottom. You know, that's all it is. They just literally want to be at the bottom. That's all it is. All right. Immortals. Immortals is a team where I think they're not really that good either. I think Revenge has had some better games, but then Revenge has games against Summit where he gets completely gapped. Like, I think Revenge is having a decent split overall, but like the rest of his team.
Sorry,
like,
can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Xerxes just running it down.
So I just wanted to quickly say before we move on. Again, TSM and G2, their fucking whole history of just of poaching players and breaking the rules. So yeah, fuck them. All right, and Lena. Now I do want to come into Lena's defense a tad bit because people were like lighting her up at the time and afterwards and everything, and saying like she doesn't actually know how to do anything, and you know just knows people and dated people, and that's how she got to the top at the time. Okay, listen, dog shit when it comes to like the League of Legends aspect, although somehow better than the other people working in that scene right now, and with her one in Vulcan, and then they said fuck you, so that just shows how sad it is. But dog shit in the League of Legends like area and everything, and the poaching, I agree with that, and the conflict of interest. However, don't try to like say she doesn't know what she's doing and she knows damn well what she's doing, like the esports scene in other areas, just not in the League of Legends scene. Like, she's the reason why her and Bjergsen are the reason why TSM isn't like to ashes by now with the people she was able to get like the invite to like TSM or sign with them and grow their brand up. She was like once for that. So yeah, well, are you her in like the League of but don't criticize with
Yeah, come out again.
like what. Yeah, but well, I said what I needed to.
Okay.
But yeah, there.
With the Immortals, guys, I think that Revenge is having a decent split overall. I'd say a decent split. Xerxes, he just has not been playing good. Power of Evil has moments where he's playing good, but he's just not really getting it done. I agree with kicking out Wild Turtle for Arrow. I know they said they're going to play them both. Let's be honest here. They get something bullshit. They're going to play Arrow because why would you not? Yeah, they're both not that good, but in comparison to each other, you pick Arrow. And Destiny's just been the worst support.
Arrow.
Destiny's just been the worst support. So,
yep, I mean, as I said.
This is kind of the roster they bought, though. They kind of bought a 9th to maybe at peak 6th place roster.
Sorry, why do people still defend Destiny? This guy, okay, listen, the only thing this guy knows how to do, sorry, tell me if I'm cutting out.
No, you're good. You're fine.
Okay, the only thing this guy knows how to do is make his KDA look pretty by the end of each game. That's it. He doesn't know how to do anything. He's shit in lane. He doesn't know how to go for like any plays.
Why do you think Gilioto got away from this guy?
and when he does, like on something like Todd Kenji, he looks like fucking Keith. This guy literally just does. He's like an invisible player. It's like having 4 players. He does nothing. This is like a solo queue, fucking gold level like support in NA. Just this guy's just stealing paychecks. He's like doing the bare minimum to make people think that he's like a good player from Oceania. Let's keep playing him. It's like, no, he's trash. Like, all right. The only fucking unless I'll talk about is like fucking when he tries to play tanky or shield supports and block damage, right? The only thing he knows how to fucking block is Twitter accounts, all right?
Oh, God. Immortals, they're just not good, guys. Like, I think Revenge is having a decent spot. I really do. Power of Evil just can't do anything. Nothing Power of Evil can do on this team is going to do anything. They're just all not coordinated. None of their gameplays.
I mean, Power of Evil is the best player, but
there's nothing he can do. Like, he's playing with a bunch of bad players. Like, I get it. They wanted to make an upgrade over Wild Turtle, which is Arrow, which is like, you went from maybe a 3 out of 10 player to like a 5 out of 10 player. It's not really that big of an upgrade right there.
Yeah. I don't get why people keep criticizing others for ranking Xerxes so low. He isn't that good. What? Like, I'm sorry. He has his moments. Yes. He isn't bad. Yes. He has like some high peaks or moderate peaks. Sure. He has like carry potential. Sure. I'm not saying he isn't like LCS material. I honestly should stay in LCS still. I think he's at that level. I think he's very, very good still. But in comparison to just the rest of the junglers, though, I'm sorry. He's just at the bottom. There are so many good junglers in LCS, and he's just not better than most of them. He's better than like Contract, sure.
Oh, Lord.
Is he better than Pride? Is he better than Spica? No. Is he better than Pride Stalker? No. Is he better than Inspired? No. Is he better than Jose Diodo? They're about even, maybe, but at this rate, no. He's been improving. Is he better than River? I'd say he has better like macro and stuff, maybe, and stuff and jungle farming and like for champion pool. But they're about the same, like with how they've been playing though. Like, I'm sorry, he's like the 8th jungler.
And let's go to Golden Guardians. So, guys, I'm going to bring up some of these NA games because Sean wanted to talk about the Golden Guardians 100 Thieves game. Peak League of Legends right there that I saw this past week, actually. Now, you want to see peak League of Legends, watch Golden Guardians versus the 100 Thieves. That'll get you.
Hell yeah. Honestly, I do think that 100 Thieves kind of played that well, though, but
give me
I don't think Golden... I don't think 100 Thieves like played that horrible. I don't think it was totally just GG throw in. I think they did kind of play it like as well as they could have in that situation.
I show you guys TSM games, but I don't want to give you guys a stroke. So just there's that, you know?
Yeah, well, Takeover is looking good still. He's finally playing like how I thought he would.
All right. Golden Guardians. Golden Guardians, they're just on a massive slump right now. They started the split pretty strong, and then they just started getting into a slump right now. A lot of their games would start like them getting massive gold leads and not being able to convert, them messing up on how to really convert their lead effectively. Like Licorice would be on Gnar, but like not fully split push. He would like randomly TP when they don't need him, only to just die, not provide a whole lot. Like, I don't think Licorice is bad. I like what he's trying to do, but on teams like this, he can't really do what he used to do when he was on Cloud9. He just can't. There's no way. They don't know how to play that kind of play style. They're just a bad team. They've been losing a lot of games.
He's sort of
recently.
like X-Smithy with tops. He needs to be on a great team.
My thing here with Golden Guardians is like Pride Stalker hasn't looked that good last few couple of weeks. They've just been looking bad though. Like, oh my
Pride
god,
Stalker
I
was
want to
like
show you
a
guys
top
this
3
game.
jungler for me. He was looking so good, and then he played so bad this week.
Oh
last
Lord,
couple weeks.
You guys want to see that CLG game against Golden Guardians? The bot lane gameplay. The bot lane gameplay was peak NA right there. If you guys saw how bad they played in that bot lane, oh my god, just terrible. I don't like a Blaze Olive. I think he's had a good split. I genuinely think he's had a good split, honestly.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
I think Lost has not been that bad. Ole's not like they don't even have quote unquote horrible players. They're just playing legitimately.
I mean, to be fair though, this
team.
is where we rank them at though. We
6th, 7th
where
place
we
anyway.
did rank them at. Well, no, like 7th to 8th with CLG.
Yeah.
Them and CLG 7th to 8th team. So this is the standards are pretty much like how we thought they would go. But besides the Dignitas one,
oh Lord.
But like Lost. I mean, he played. It just they were looking so good. They were like, hey, maybe they can make playoffs. Maybe they could even be a top 3 team. But then they just collapsed. Like, again, Pride Stalker went from like looking like a top 3 jungler to just fucking shit. And again, why? I told you not to put him on Lee Sin. Stop it. He's not good on Lee Sin. He's like the one jungler who can't play it.
This is a horrible Lee Sin player. Holy shit.
And Lost finally playing like his old self on TSM. Hell yeah, buddy.
Hell yeah. That's the loss that they bought. They bought TSM loss.
Ole's basically like Kabe. He isn't bad. He's sort of reliable, but he just doesn't do too much. He's sort of like it's sort of like he's like if Destiny wasn't total shit, then that's what Ole is. Like he's does his job sort of, but he doesn't go for like any like game breaking plays like ever. And when he tries to, he misses. After that, we have CLG. CLG actually have been very, very slightly improving. Very, very slightly improving. This week when they played up against Golden Guardians. Contract's finally playing like how I thought he would. No, Contracts plays good on comfort champs. If you put him on like Rek'Sai, he'll look somewhat decently good. Oh, I know. And again, I'm not saying he would be like great coming into the year. I just thought he would at least be. The game against Golden Guardians, he looked pretty good with Palafox when they had like if they. This is the thing. I don't think they're gonna be anything of a good team. Essentially, they might be a borderline playoff team given how bad Golden Guardians, Immortals, and TSM are. And that's really sad if they are. Predicted. So that's the standards. I don't think they're good at all. Like, I don't think they're good at all. They're playing out just as how we predicted. That's their bot lane's good. Oh Lord. So that's how I think about CLG, guys. I don't think they're that good. They're just better right now, just from this week, than the rest of these guys. I don't know how. Yeah. I don't know what that means coming into like this week, essentially. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah, hey, Jenkins has slowly been looking. Better, possibly. No, has been slowly looking better, possibly, than Fake God. Those standards. he might be better than him near the end. Hey. Oh, shit. All right. Evil Geniuses. They're slowly kind of coming into form. I don't really know how to talk about this team right now because it doesn't feel like they have an identity right now. They're trying to figure out what their identity is. That's pretty much all I can say about Evil Geniuses. By the end of the split, I think they'll, be. I think they are the 4th best team. Yeah, but I just have to see it play out more. Like I don't know what their play style is. Beyond like he's basically playing like, in my opinion, like VTO did on Misfits last year, where serviceable. He's not losing games. It's just he's not doing like anything. Like again, I didn't have JoJo like as a high regarded like prospect as other people did last year when people are like hyping this guy up just because of his age and everything and playing in academy. I just thought he was sort of like a middle of the pack academy mid laner from what I saw of him because I watched all academy games last year. I just thought that with the development and having like coaches like Peter Dunn for like, you know, their like work on like young players and like the team around him inspired Impact, Danny, Vulcan. There's no way he won't grow into a good mid laner at least, but midway through like spring. There's no way that can't happen. This guy has everything he can possibly ask for, and then he fucks it up, I guess. So, hey. But I mean, hey, he still has more time, so maybe.
I think that Danny and Vulcan are still a good bot lane. I think Inspire is still a good jungler. They just have to kind of hone in on what play style they want to play, or are they trying to be more of a flexible team? That's all it is with them.
Yeah, I think at times they're like the best. Vulcan's like the best support in the league. At times, he might possibly be because he might be better than Core JJ, honestly, if I'm looking at it.
Then you have FlyQuest and Dignitas. You can kind of lump them in all as one. Because, like, okay, there's some weeks where FlyQuest looks like a pretty solid team. There's some weeks where Dignitas looks like a solid team. Then there's weeks where these guys look like shit. That's why I'm like, these guys are just only benefiting from these other teams with better players failing legitimately. Because, like, I generally think FlyQuest is not a bad team. I don't. They're still fourth place. They're tied for fourth place right now, 7-6. They're on a 2-game losing streak right now. But I think they have better players than Dig. I can say that. But I think FlyQuest are like a fifth place roster. Jose Diodo and Tukuli have been having great splits. You know, I think they've been actually the best players of the team. Kumo looks all right in some games. The bot lane is solid. But their gameplay is really... I don't think a lot of these teams don't even have a style. They just kind of play like, okay, we'll just go mid. That's their play style. That's not a play style, but that's more of a map rotation kind of thing. But Dignitas, I don't think they have a lot going for them. I think FlyQuest have a lot more going for them than Dignitas does. Because Dignitas, they just have River and Biofrost. Biofrost slowly but surely having a pretty decent split. Actually, I think this is his one of his better splits actually for a Biofrost. Neo's looked pretty solid. Blue is a middle of the pack mid laner for them, which is not
somehow.
Bad.
Yeah, I didn't think you would be. I didn't think it would be terrible, like worse in the league, like garbage as he was in like EU. Just like when Jizuke came over when he was like fucking dog shit after the one split in LEC. But I'm just, God, this guy, I can't believe he's actually playing this decent. No, I still thought he would at least play, like, off. Like, he does do things like that other NA mids are kind of bad at, so he has that advantage, but...
His laning phase is not... Blue's laning phase is only good because he's an AA. That's it. He's not... His laning phase is awful. Holy shit. But yeah, you can kind of lump Dig and FlyQuest together. Some weeks Dig is good, some weeks they're bad, more weeks bad. Some weeks FlyQuest is good, some weeks they're bad. Now the top three. Howl 100 Thieves is only third place by the skin of their teeth based off their caliber of players. And by caliber of players, I'm not going to put an asterisk to it, but their gameplay this week was really off. Like, even in their
they're playing like how they kind of did last year in spring.
Yeah. I was gonna say the same thing. It's like in their player cams, right? And this is me just looking at them from their player cams. It looks like they're just done playing together as a squad.
Yeah, and they get a lot of fluke wins like from behind, just like last year in spring. Just
That's just me personally. They're only third.
Yeah, they do look like they're dumb playing with each other. I agree.
Dude, if you guys look at their player cams, they look like they're done playing with each other, or they may have just had a hard week in scrims. It could be a combination of both.
Who knows?
If you see a roster change coming into summer for the LCS 2022 year, don't be surprised.
Well, they need to. They need to replace Abadog and who he.
Here's what I'll say. It looks like for 100 Thieves, the game just looks very hard for them. I feel kind of bad for them. Like, I don't know what's going on with them. Like, it feels like they're having a rough time just enjoying the game itself. You know what I mean? It feels like
I
they
agree. It looks
feels
miserable.
yeah, took the words out of my mouth. It feels like the game is really
Dom
hard for them
and
right now.
Dignitas are just Dom and Dig just scream miserable.
Misery.
Sorry.
The thing here
I can't
is
speak.
the
English.
thing here is like it just feels like one of three different things. If you look at their player cams, they look like they're fucking miserable playing with each other. It looks like they had a hard week in scrims every week. Their play style is not working out. The sort of comps the comps they're playing, they're not really playing them to the fullest. They know from winning the split, there's a lot of pressure on them to perform well right now. They're not performing up to that same potential that they had last LCS 2021 summer split where they won the trophy. Like, it just looks really, really hard for 100 Thieves right now. Like, he's been making so many crazy engages that don't make any sense when his team can't follow up. You know what I mean? Like, the game just looks really hard for them. I genuinely feel kind of bad for them. I don't know what's going on. It just looks like they're just done with the split right now. Are they burnt out this early on of the year?
They are burnt out 100%.
I
don't feel bad for them because honestly, this is actually not. I said at the start of the season, if 100 Thieves is still in first, or even Team Liquid, there's a problem with the growth. All right, there should be teams like overlapping them. All right, because they've hit a ceiling, kind of.
My thing here, dude, is I see all these issues arising with the 100 Thieves just by looking at their player cams.
They just hit a season. They hit a ceiling. That's it.
Like, I literally can notice and tell all the things of a team just having a bad season, gameplay going bad. Looking at their player cams, they look done. You can tell from their player cams they've been losing a whole ton of scrims. Like, their comps they're trying on stage isn't working. A lot of their macro decisions aren't working. Their laning phases haven't all been that great, but they've been good against like the bottom tier teams. They've been squeaking a lot of wins in from a lot of these bottom tier teams just playing overly bad. You know what I mean? Like, they're third place right now, which is kind of reminding me of the LCS 2021 spring split. They're only third place because the league is just that bad. And that's really sad. And there's a ton of pressure on this roster to perform because they were the previous champions. It doesn't feel like they've ever improved, though. Even just looking at this week's games from them, which we're going to look at right now. We're going to look at the games they played, guys, this week. Because I wanted to make sure I honed in on 100 Thieves right now. So here, I'll bring over that tab and I'll bring over this tab. And we got to look at the Golden Guardians game first. Because against FlyQuest, they stopped them. The game they had against FlyQuest was their best game of the split so far. Not even kidding you. Their best game of the split so far was stomping FlyQuest. But this was the game that Sean wanted us to look at. So even from composition alone, they take even putting somebody on Sion doesn't make any sense when he's been like their best carry this whole split. That doesn't make sense, but whatever, Closer on Lee Sin, it's one of his best champions, makes sense. They're taking Abadage off engage duty with Victor, which makes sense because him on Ahri is just abysmal. Like, he just looks abysmal on Ahri. But there is some
FBI on Jakes, you have to. That's probably one of his best champs.
Dude, this is just standard 100 Thieves, He on Leona. Like, so they have a standard 100 Thieves comp, right? This game is just, I don't know what the fuck all this shit was. So Price Sucker goes in. They essentially blow up a Blaze Olive. I don't know how we got in that position to begin with. When he's rising, he should be staying back and doing damage, overloading. Price Sucker barely evades the Jinx rocket. Licorice did not play well. Licorice did not play as well on Gnar as he could have. So this game just pretty much turned into a Fiesta clown fuck of just who can throw harder. There's moments where Golden Guardians had it. There's moments where 100 Thieves had it. 100 Thieves were pretty much being the team with the experience that you expected going into the split, where it was, okay, these guys are going to have the experience of winning and they can get out of these scenarios just by being able to have that experience in these situations to get out of it just by the players themselves alone, right? So you have moments like this where Lost is getting caught out, right? Then Ole uses his depth charge, but then, Abadage zonges it so he doesn't knock him up, so it doesn't knock the rest of the team up. Then they kill Someday. Then after this, they could, literally not have Licorice here, because Licorice just doesn't do anything right here. Why is he not body blocking? And in that team fight, why did they not commit more? They could definitely win it. They had a 4v5. They definitely got a kill. They're in the prime position to win. A Blaze Olive locking up Closer. Closer getting immediately exploded, but then he has the GA. He's locked up right there. Who he just making some of the worst engages possible. Closer somehow living, getting a kill onto Lost. How is Lost in that position when they're the ones who started the team fight off and were the aggressors and they have more CC? What the fuck is going on with this game? This is quality peak NA League of Legends right here, boys. Sean, what did you want to say about this game? Actually, because Sean DM'd me and he was like, "This game is peak NA right here, baby." I was like, "What?"
Well, it is technically because this is NA.
Then there you go, Blaze Olive. A Blaze Olive flashes over the fucking stun that Sion does, the knock-up, to only end up not killing FBI either. Good job, Golden Guardians. Good job, man.
Well, again, the silver line into the season for 100 Thieves, again, I think is Closer. I still think Closer has been a top 2 jungler, if not the best.
I agree, yeah.
But yeah, otherwise, fuck me.
God, this team needs to change. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
they are playing
these
guys are boosted, dude. These guys are playing like boosted animals.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
This is what they should do, honestly. Get someone what's his name?
They could get Niski, maybe, and that'd be an improvement over Abadage. And by maybe, I know for sure he would. Maybe.
Well, I don't think they'll do anything this year. They'll wait till next year, but just try to look for a good even though they tried it before, some players look for a good NA support prospect. Play him, then import just a different mid laner, just whoever. And then sell Kenvi already, because he should be an LCS already, or start him yourself, even though Closer has been fucking insane, but
I mean, some days been playing good. Some days been the top 3 top laner of the split. I don't think there's a need to change that guy
someday I wouldn't replace. Again, just pair him with another guy like Tenacity, another rookie, or just another veteran top laner, and have them fight for the spot.
Look how bad some of this gameplay is, guys. Look at this. Why is FBI using his rockets? There's no kills to happen right here if he uses his rocket. There's no kills. Even if he landed it wouldn't have done shit.
What the fuck was that?
That's peak NA right there, using a Jinx rocket that's not going to do shit.
Yeah.
Okay, he slows them down. Oh, couldn't have done that without your fucking, I don't know, your Scion with ult up. What the fuck? Yep. And then Closer's you know what? I've lost my brain. I'm going to start throwing. Now Licorice starts getting kills.
This game was hey, you have the game, man. No, you haven't. You're lowering the standards. No, man, you guys look sad. Here you go. It's oh, no, you. So it's they're playing catch.
And, dude, this is why you can tell Golden Guardians is just losing their brains after the split. They get in moments like this where they're winning the game, and they just can't convert their wins at all. Abadage, you can put him on Victor, you can put him on Ari, you can put this guy on fucking that new gremlin fucking little looking bewitching champion, the little yordle bitch, whatever her fucking name is. Put him on something. It doesn't matter. He can't carry shit. Abadage went from MVP caliber LCS millionaire last year to his brain falling off, smoking crack, and then lighting himself on fire. I don't know what this guy's been doing. Is he burnt out? Does he not like living in an A? You can tell they're definitely having roster issues. If they say they're not, they are bullshitting you to your face. I don't believe anything that would come out of their mouth for anyone that would say, they're having, oh no, we don't have roster issues. We're all just fine. You're fucking bullshitting me.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. What do you think is more sad looking, 100 Thieves right now or KT after that Baron steal yesterday?
I had to watch that. But the way we make it sound, it sounds devastating.
KT was going for Baron. Doran on Graves, just autos at 26 health and steals
Oh Lord, okay, I don't want to. If I watch that, I'm probably gonna cry. And then the next day, Golden Guardian's like, you know what peak League of Legends looks like? It comes from CLG, because Palfox and Contract's having a pretty good game right here with camping a Blaze Olive. I thought that was pretty cool overall. You know, I think Palfox is still bottom of the barrel LCS mid laner, like actual dog shit. But you know.
Well, it's the same thing to me with Blue. He's still like bottom.
I want you guys
tier,
to look at how. When I watched this live, I wanted to get a knife and fucking slit my throat. This was horrible.
Oh, yeah.
So, Poom goes for the hook onto the wall. And it's like, you know what? I think there's a champion right here. There has to be. There's got to be a champion right there. Let me hook the wall. Then they actually almost burst it down. But you know what they could do? You know what they could fucking do? Oh, my God. You don't have to go for the kill. You just go for the lane pressure. It's not always about kills. Maybe you could just go for the lane pressure. You know what they do? Oh, yes, they do exactly what you think they do because it's fucking NA. They try to chase after him only for Luger to end up killing Lost. Oh, my God. My brain is going to explode.
Peak League of Legends, baby. Okay, so listen. I've been, hold on. So this whole time I've been saying, but CLG's bot lane is good. Okay, so look.
They do this. They go and dive. Yeah, and they dives right there. Fuck. God.
Yeah, so I've been generous with saying CLG's bot lane is good this whole time. What I actually mean is Luger, because here's the thing.
He means
I don't think Poom is bad, and especially compared to like the other 3 players not named Luger, and he was good looking for the most part in Academy, and they had that time together.
Why would Contracts flash that when he could just whatever? Just keep going. My brain.
They had that time together in Academy for a whole year, and he's young, and he had his growth was fast. Like in a year, he went from amateur to LCS. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt, even though I wasn't big on him, and said, okay, their bot lane's good. Not just Luger, their bot lane. But, after recently, no, I've given up on...
I haven't liked him the whole split. I thought he's been playing bad most of the
I haven't either. I gave him some chances just because...
He's just bad.
Yeah,
good job, Blaze Olive.
Immortals.
Good job.
There are better supports to go for.
Good job, Licorice.
And you want to talk about that fucking steal, Herald? Holy fuck. Why were the Golden Guardians trying to do that?
If you guys want to watch peak League of Legends, you watch this game. That's peak NA right there. But you have the match of the week, which was a banger. Team Liquid taking on Cloud9. Can Cloud9 get their revenge up against Team Liquid? Oh, yes, they can, because Summit is that dude. Summit is the MVP of the LCS.
If he doesn't win MVP now, If he doesn't win MVP now, I'm finding every fucking journalist that didn't vote for him. All right, including the one that voted for Jose Diodo fucking last year.
Or even that. If he doesn't, if he's not first all-pro top laner for LCS team, I'm not say the R word. I'm not saying
he doesn't win MVP, then a top laner never will. I guess a top will never win it in NA. We'll just have to live without it.
If he's not first all-pro top laner or MVP, the eye test on some of you guys watching this game is broken. Go and get your eyes fixed. This guy has been insane. There's nothing. I have no other words, because if you don't want to leave this game, go watch their game against Immortals, where he absolutely takes his fat Korean dildo and shoves it in revenge.
Yeah, like stop fucking hyping up Whippo. All right, he's very good to stop at these.
I thought Whippo played good this game. The only issue that Whippo did is he overextended in a moment where he didn't need to, and he gave the game over.
That's true, but listen, all right, he's overrated as shit, as he has been his whole career. Don't even try to put him anywhere near Summit's level this split. Just stop it. Summit fucking dicks him hard, all right? Like, look at his experience here. Oh, actually, no, it wasn't this clip. It was another one, I think. But might be this later on, actually. I don't know. But
even if you
right here, look how long he takes to press his ult. That's experience there. He's
mechanics,
confidence.
Trinamere mechanics right there. That's what
Yeah,
you do.
well, that shows his confidence and experience with champs like that.
Even if you guys don't want to take this game and go, oh, Bwipo just played bad on Jax. Okay, cool. Go watch the revenge game where he beat the shit out of him too. Because
or any other game where he's literally fucking dicking them like 80 CS ahead. How about that?
Because dude, I
no
will dominate
jungle presence. No
I will
jungle
dominate
presence.
I will dominate said that it's not fun to see Summit just dick people. It is for me. I enjoy watching that. Even if he was on another team doing it, I would still find it impressive. The way the way he moves, everything. You wanted a top laner is in Summit. The way he moves, the way he TPs, the way he lanes, the way he dominates his lane. Summit is what Alphari should be, getting a laning lead and transitioning it into something more.
Yes. Look, yes, like, no, this wasn't just a bag. Also win some fucking gapped core JJ, hell yeah. But no, this was, no. Okay, listen, Bwipo only got these 2 kills because Blabber in the first blood just inted his ass off, was like, here, you want a free first blood? Here you go, under the turret, all right? That's the only reason Bwipo got that kill, all right? He didn't earn that for shit. And the second time was just this, like, 4 of his teammates coming up to help in there. Which what they were trying to do the entire time with some. They all fucking 5 of them coming up there to try to shut him down, and they couldn't.
The thing here, you have to send resources to top. You have to send resources top to stop Summit, but if you do that, that opens up the entire map to Cloud9. But if you don't shut him down, he's going to take over the game.
Yes,
if you do not shut down Summit, he will
because it's Summit. Though they failed. They failed because it's Summit.
God damn, this guy's insane. Like, I knew he was good in the LCK. I saw his game in the sandbox. Like, this guy's amazing. The fact that Cloud9 picked up this guy. Okay, so someone asked me, like, why does it work for Cloud9 but not for TSM? Because, guys, Summit was a proven good LCK top laner. I'm sorry, guys. Kiedo and Shenny were backup LDL mid laners and supports.
Yeah.
They were not proven.
Yes.
They weren't picked up for a reason.
I knew he was like a top 4 top laner or top 5 in like LCK, and I knew that he was just on like a bad struggling team, and he was like insane weak side guy. I didn't realize though that the thing I was like concerned about though was mainly like his carry potential, whether he had that in him, like how much of his prime he had left after being on sandbox for so long, just all those things. And fucking something else that I forgot. What was it? Trying to remember, but I forgot. But either way, I didn't expect him to be this fucking good, though. Holy shit!
Like he did this.
I just
good job, Bwipo. Good job, dude.
Good job, buddy. But holy fuck,
this guy.
Look at this shit. Holy.
Oh, good job trying to run away. Oh my lord. Summit is like, okay, if you're running away, I will catch you. That was actually a good rocket right there, too. Damn, he's fucking god. Core JJ is like, oh my god, where'd my team go? My goodness, they're all just dead. But even Cloud9 winning the match of the week against Team Liquid, because guys, if they didn't win against Team Liquid, they could not have competed for first place because Team Liquid would have had the head-to-head. It's a good thing that they won this game, not just for the standings, but to also potentially have to bye for the first round. Cloud9 secures first place with this win right now over
Blabber.
Blabber has been playing on the edge of the seat.
Imagine if Blabber didn't. Yeah.
Like, Summit, it just been insane. Still my MVP right now of the LCS 2020.
He's hands down MVP. You're insane if you don't pick him. Just stop watching League of Legends if you don't pick him.
And I still think Team Liquid can still give Cloud9 a run for their money, potentially in a playoff best of 5. But that depends on when we get to best of 5s. And I still think Team Liquid's a good team. You know, the issue here with Team Liquid is Bwipo trying to do too much. Because this is the difference between Summit and Bwipo. Summit is naturally trying to do what is best for the team at any given moment, but not trying to overdo it. In a lot of times with Bwipo tries to overdo it. There was a certain moment in the game where he literally gives over a kill that gives the entire game over, okay? He's got to understand sometimes you don't have to always make a play. You could just let the game play out for a little bit longer, okay? But now, let's do our predictions for the LCS 2022 Spring Split Week 7. Match of the week. Let's go to that. Match of the week, baby. Let's do it. Okay, so Saturday. You know, I really want to say Cloud9 versus TSM just based off legacy alone, but no. There's nothing here. Nope.
There isn't. Honestly, I'd rather go CLG versus Team Liquid before that.
Goodbye.
Hey, why did you kick me? You know, I'm
I don't
right.
think there's any huge games for Saturday. These all look like fucking
Yeah, I
shit.
mean, no one's C9 though in their choke history of shitty TSM teams. Watch them lose.
You know, if there's a game I'd be interested to watch Saturday, I'm gonna IMT versus IMT versus 100 Thieves.
Well,
I mean,
it's
what
gonna
else?
be a bunch of just 10
Oh
has-beens
no,
failing to make plays.
EG versus Dig. That I mean, hey, they're kind of fighting for playoffs right now. That should be the one to look out for if you're gonna look out for any match on Saturday in general. I know they're all bad, but
Yeah,
EG versus Dig is what I'll say.
I'm honestly not excited for GG versus Fly. I think they're like evenly matched teams. Kind of. I just don't think I don't think the level of play is going to be great. Neither do I do with 100 Thieves versus IMT. I think the level of play and EG versus Dig will be better. So I'll
Sunday,
go there.
who we got? Oh God, fuck. Good.
Let's see.
EG versus
I'll go Team
Thieves?
Liquid. No, I'll go Team Liquid versus Fly.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Team Liquid versus Fly is the best one to watch out for. Because, dude, match of the century right here. IMT versus TSM. Fuck yeah.
Oh, they fuck. But
if we go with predictions.
Yeah, I mean, what's your opinion on Takuli? Sorry,
how
do you say his name?
Takuli? Takuyul? That's how they pronounce it in the LFA.
I don't know how to say it.
So for me,
whatever.
I thought he's had a good split so far. Despite FlyQuest looking iffy in their team play, I think he's actually had a good split overall. Like, if you wanted to put him as top 3 mid laner, I wouldn't be surprised about that. I think he's been pretty solid. Takuli.
Well, yes, he is, but again, who's the best mid? This is so.
If you say Fudge, I'm going to blow my brains out, and that is.
Well, listen, he gapped Bjergsen. He gapped
the NA goat.
He gapped Takuli, or whatever you pronounce his fucking name. He gapped Palafox. I mean, he went even with Abadage, but he's definitely better than Abadage. He went even with who was it? Actually, no, never mind. Yeah, he gapped Jojo Piani, gapped Abadage. Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to say he went even with Abadage. I meant to say he went even with a Blaze Olive. Sorry, yeah, he gapped Abadage though.
He evened out their win-loss ratio when he gapped Abadage.
Yeah, honestly, the only player that I mean, he played weak side in all of them, yes, but he still played better overall in the games in like mid to late game.
If I have to say Fudge is the best mid laner, I'm oh, God.
The only one who actually like kind of gapped him, like not just in lane with Fudge playing weak side out of lane 2, was Power of Evil. But that was only really because wasn't he playing on like literally his first ADC champ ever in both top lane and mid lane? So I mean, seriously, think of the games.
I think maybe Takuli, because his team.
I would have, but then he got fucking gapped by Fudge. Literally, like Fudge was actually playing like strong side lane for once, and he was playing against him. And then he got gapped by Bjergsen. So what do you do?
I don't know.
This is so fucked.
The asterisk I'm just
not gonna rank anyone. Honestly, I'm just gonna rank.
I mean, we have to. It's just like.
No, I'm gonna rank Ryoma for all 10 spots. There we go.
Oh Lord. All right, predictions for Saturday: 100 Thieves, Team Liquid, Cloud9, Evil Geniuses, FlyQuest. Who do you have for Saturday?
Let's see. Let's go. Yeah, 100 Thieves. Hey, I mean, I did say they would win the last 2 games. They would make a bit of a comeback, but yeah, 100 Thieves. Team Liquid, Cloud9. Although it wouldn't surprise me if they somehow lose, knowing them. EG, and let's go with Golden Guardians, and then Sunday, let's go with EG.
Yeah.
Yeah, EG.
Dig.
Yeah, I guess Dig. Then Fuck.
I'm saying Team Liquid.
Yeah, Team Liquid.
Hey, man.
Cloud9. Oh fuck!
Can Cloud9?
If they lose both games against them, I'm gonna fucking
Hey,
jump
guys.
out a window.
CLG beat Cloud9 when they just got rid of LS that exact day.
Yeah, I'm jumping out of a window if they beat them both times. I'm jumping out of my fucking window. No joke. I'll record it on like my fucking forehead. Have a camera there,
shit.
just you'll see it POV view. Holy fuck! And then
Cloud9, you better
TSM.
win.
Why not? TSM.
IMT. They're both bad. This is the match of the week right there. Match of the week right here, boys. Right here, right here. This is the match of the week right there.
Oh
and
yeah.
It ends off Sunday, so that's a banger game. That's what it indicates. And then week 8's gonna be the super week. So yeah, guys. Dude, K-Polar, right? If CLG go 2-0 this week, GOAT status right there, baby. That's how it works.
Yeah, and they'll make playoffs probably then.
Because if they beat Team, this is their hardest week right now. If they either beat Cloud9 or Team Liquid, they'll have that as a extra win over a top team, over the bottom tier teams who don't have that. If they can at least squeak a win out of this week, they could really put themselves into a position to make playoffs. Now, imagine that. The CLG roster costing way less and doing better than TSM's roster, which costs way more. What can you do, guys? What can you do, honestly? But I want to make sure I tell you guys something before we head out. I'm trying to figure out right now, like the best day to put the podcast at, because the reason I'm thinking about just doing it for Wednesday right now, but I'm thinking that we should just have it on Thursday. But then having it Thursday means that the LEC games are like literally the next day. But that's when most of these shows comes out anyway. So I think Wednesday is
that's what they do a lot. Riot Games does a lot with their shows. They have it like the day before.
So it gets you hyped up to watch the games. So that's what I was thinking. We'll probably just move the show after this episode will be Thursdays 5 p.m. PST, is because I think that's the best time for me. The show was going to be Thursdays 5 p.m. PST. So if you guys want to watch the show live, you can watch it then. I think that's the best time.
We were going to do this yesterday, but my internet decided to commit suicide for the second time.
Holy
sorry about that. But anyway, hey, before we end the stream, go look at that video I sent you in private chat. Just screen share it.
This girl's so cute.
Yeah, so I sadly, for some reason, Astralis decided to get rid of like their best players. So I'm gonna give a little tribute by showing. I'm gonna do. Yeah, so this is a tribute to the best player in Astralis history. Played a full year. This is one of his greatest plays of all time.
Have Dayor at 3.5 items, and they do have a bite start.
Oh, remember this.
Target Shadow Surge going out. Kaiser will bring himself back to life with the Chrono Shift, and that means the reset isn't there. Dayor locked up, pops the stopwatch, White not going in. Promise Q and Kobe are still alive here. The charm onto Elioya means that he can't dive onto the backline. He's still going to manage to get the kick. Dragon's Rage. Rika ripped through by Kobe. It's all on the 80 carry, but he just can't do it. Zanzama falls last.
How could you kick somebody with plays like that?
The team fighting gods of our league.
Did you see how much damage he did to the fucking air there? What the fuck is Astralis doing? This guy is a foundational player.
I got what you were saying. He was standing there when he popped his ult, just doing nothing, just moving back and forth. Well, wasn't he? Oh my god, promise you!
He was doing the dance.
What is he doing? Dude, he lost his brain. He's doing, what does he do? Oh, that's that's peak LEC play right there, baby. Let's see what the comment section said. Oh my god, they're gonna be roasting his ass. Let me make this bigger.
Fun fact, lost an international gift.
I'm moving, I'm fast, I'm speed, I'm destroying them. Nice spinning, Promise Q. Nice spinning. You did your best. Whenever I feel like I'm not good enough for something, I remember Promise Q is still in the LEC. I feel bad for the dude. He gets so much hate. That being said, there's still absolutely no reason for him to be still in the LEC. Edit. My bad, guys. I haven't heard about him being toxic and hated by many people for a very good reason. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I have 2 questions. Why they kept him? What the fuck is wrong with Astralis? Well, fun fact, they got rid of him now. So, yeah, guys, that's it. The Cloud9 podcast is going to be on Thursdays, 5 p.m. PST, because it gives me enough time to get my prep done, because that's how you get these longer episodes, is when I can get my prep done for NA and EU, and then it allows me to have free time to maybe look at the LPL a little bit or the LCK. So, yeah, can't wait to see you guys. Next week with the show at its new air date and time. If you guys want to watch, if you are watching on the replay, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. I love watching League of Legends, but this allows me to, get the free time I need to get my prep done. Because if I don't get my prep done, then the shows, I've never had this problem, but I know if I don't do my prep, then shows will come out, they will start coming out bad, and I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
So,
And if you want to go sub to the main channel as well, do movie stuff. We'll be watching John Wick 3 soon, and then maybe Shark Exorcist.
Shark Exorcist 2 confirmed.
Hey, listen, yes, I am so happy. I can't believe that's actually a fucking thing. What the fuck is going on?
Wait, oh my god. Seeing what Promise Q did right there gives me hope that I can finally get another girlfriend.
Yeah. No, honestly, it makes me think back on when Keith role swapped, and I'm like, was I too harsh on him? Because I look at Promise Q and I'm like, maybe I was being too harsh. Like seriously, the fucking, when I did I Will Dominate started doing it before, but I used to always do overall ratings in sports games for League of Legends players each season. So last year the second lowest rated player for me was a 65, and I gave Promise Q a 50. The gap was that much.
This one guy comments, he says, Zaya, Rakan, please don't engage, just peel for me. Rakan, okay. He was charging for his ultimate move. Too bad they didn't let him finish. Oh god, I'm glad Promise Q is gone. They could just get Advian if they really wanted to.
I didn't hear about his toxicity. I didn't realize he was. Toxic.
Promise Q has no room to be toxic at all. Just saying that right now.
Yes, I'm saying that. I thought, okay, but he seems on camera, he seems like a nice guy. So at the very least, I can say, it's a feel good story. This guy at such an old age, he might not be good, but he's a nice veteran, and he got that MSI ring with G2, the memes and everything. But then I hear about this toxicity. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Are you trying to do everything wrong in life? It's just like the fucking toxicity that came out with Seb on that OG team in Dota 2. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh my lord. God damn. But yeah, guys, that's it. If you guys follow my main YouTube channel, I'm going to be posting some more pop culture news videos. Some stuff came out today that I wanted to talk about. Obviously, Scream 6 sequel got a date, which I'm really excited about because I really enjoyed Scream 5.
Is that 2023 or 2024?
Yep, 2023. Going to be in there opening night because I got to watch Scream 5. So,
I mean, did they say the exact date or just a year?
It's the exact date and year it's coming out. The exact month and day and year. So that's really good because, as you guys know, I really enjoyed Scream 5, albeit, issues. Dude,
was it already in production?
It's in production right now. I think pre-production or some shit. Because as you guys know, I really enjoyed Scream 5, albeit it had some issues that I didn't like, which I pointed out in my review. But I enjoyed it. I love the movie. I thought it was good. So I can't wait. I mean,
I thought it was.
I just don't. I don't know where the story goes at this point.
Yeah. I thought it was.
It essentially kind of is all wrapped up with the 5th movie.
It was, but yeah, I just thought it was a passable film. There are many issues I had with it, but many things I liked. It was a mixed bag.
It is an entertaining movie, though.
It is. It's just like the director's other film. No, what was it again? The one about that fucking. Let me see. Scream. 5 directors. Okay, so what were their names? Okay, Tyler Gillett and then Matt the map
Matt
there. So let me just click on his name and see
Botinelli or
what
some
he's
shit.
done. Yeah, okay,
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
ready or not.
Hashtag release the Green Lantern scene. It's trending on Twitter.
Oh, fuck me. I saw the one screenshot, so it actually looked good somehow.
And he's black.
Oh, I didn't realize that, but hey,
Oh,
but
my
God,
goodness.
it's like their other film, Ready or Not. Like
I still
it
have to watch
has
that,
things.
actually.
It's just again, it's the same deal. It's entertaining, but
Oh, dude, happy
Over-
Snyderverse Day.
fuck me, but like again, it's entertaining, but average. Just has mixed bag. Like I would not recommend Ready or Not over like hundreds of other films that year before watching it.
All right, guys, that's essentially it. We'll see you guys next week on Thursday, 5 p.m. PST. And if I have to push the show back, I'll let you guys know in the chat. It'll be me talking from my second account. We have to push the show back until Friday. If I'm too tired from work and I can't do it, that's why you guys won't get a show on Thursday. But if I'm up to feeling it, then we'll have the Thursday consistently. I'm going to try and make sure I get the shows out consistently on Thursday. You will have that happen from me. So, also, if it can happen on Thursday, you guys will get the show on Friday. But that's if a scenario where it's like I'm too tired from work or I got to rest up because after work I'm pretty tired, so I got to rest up. So that's when you guys get that. But yeah, guys, have a great night. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys later. Peace. I'm a Nightwing, and Way of Life Esports is signing out, guys. Peace. Have a good